Hello and welcome back to another episode of Kaiju Weekly News. I am your host, Michael of Kaiju Ramen Media, the art director and co-creator of this wonderful media. I keep saying media over and over and over again because I have nothing else to say. And with me, flying not solo, but we'll have other people join us later. But I have my friend Elijah Thomas with me.
Hello, I'm Elijah, the production manager of Kaiju Ramen Media. Is the key term media here? Are we media?
We're media. Yes, we're officially media. Yes. We're on our meteoric rise to multimedia stardom.
Is that what this is?
This is exactly what this is. Yes.
Sweet. I love it. Great idea.
Yes, quite. So we are supposed to be having a few more people join us, but I guess, Elijah, we're going to be vamping for a few minutes until said people decide they want to show up.
Well, that's fine. We've got plenty we could talk about.
We do have plenty we can talk about. So, Elijah, how has your week been going?
It's been very busy. Very, very, very busy on my end.
Really? Yeah. You know, I would say that my week's gone pretty well. I mean, no major issues, of course. Oops, sorry. Never mind. Might not want to do that on camera. My week has gone. Don't let the bottle fool you. My week is gone very well, I think, maybe. So before we get started here, we do have a few people actually watching us. I don't know why you would watch these shenanigans, but thank you for showing up. I'm feeling very energetic tonight, guys. So first and foremost, we have our friend and co-creator of Kaiju Ramen Media and Brain and I almost said Brain Trust. Whoops. The brains behind Kaiju Weekly, Mr. Travis Alexander. How we doing, buddy? And I will do my best. No promises. Elijah is here only to keep me on the straight and narrow for the rest of the stream.
Oh, you're screwed then.
But we also have Mr. Oscar. Oscar, how you doing? Good, sir. I don't know why I'm saying your name in a Scottish accent, but I'm doing it anyway. And then we have our friend in Hawaii, Aloha. Life is lovely. Whatever. Sorry. Aloha to you, our friend in Hawaii. Hawaii is a beautiful place. I was there in 2018. I wish I could go back. Just out of curiosity, what island are you on? Tell us in the chat, and I'd love to know. So Elijah, anything been going on with you the last few weeks?
Well,
as we I know we have a big event coming up in July. Something to do with Godzilla. Something to do with festivals. A festival of gigantic proportions. Something like that.
In Chicago, maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah.
The windy city. So don't you have? I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, Elijah. Tell me if I'm allowed to say this or not. But aren't you working on a special project?
So I mean, there's a few things in the pipeline, but I'm pretty sure you're talking about something that is the reason why I'm extraordinarily busy and have stayed up very late the last couple of nights and am going crazy and bankrupt over.
Well, don't bankrupt yourself, man. I mean, parties and hookers are not something you want to lose your money over. That's just it's not a good way to spend your money, man. I'm sorry. If you need to talk after the stream, I'm here for you. I promise.
Thanks, man. But yeah, no, I'm working on a kaiju short film to be put into the amateur video contest that will be happening the Saturday at G Fest. I've spent countless hours on it. This week has been primarily ADR and sound mixing and sound designing and whatnot, which has been chaos. And I'm actually now going into the animation side animation and compositing for the film. I just got I commissioned somebody to do some music for it, and I just got that last night. So
I'm sorry, Travis. I don't know what that face is for. Is it the drinking joke or is it the party? Is it the parties and hookers joke? I don't know which one.
I mean, you're not wrong. Why would you waste money on that?
Hold on. I missed a few minutes and I miss a lot, apparently.
Hey, when Michael and I are in a stream, it's a party.
It's a party.
I'm not sure what kind of party it is, and I don't think I want an invitation.
Well, we sent a lot of invites to places you probably go frequently, Nathan. So.
Oh, really? Like what?
I can't.
We can't say that on this stream. Anyway,
it's one of those, huh?
Before we continue, welcome to our friend and staff writer and also the editor of Kaiju Ramen Magazine, Mr. Nathan Marchand.
Oh, I got the accent.
That was like it was a Nathan Marchand
boy
Scottish version.
It's the cooler version. Also, our friend Life is Lovely, Oahu. So I did vacation on Oahu. It's a fun. You're on the Big Island, yeah. That's the Big Island, yeah. I can't remember, but I think that's the Big Island.
It was in Godzilla 2014.
That's true. Yeah. Anyway, we also have our friend, the Queen of the Fabulous Empire, Miss Kaiju Kim. Miss Kaiju Kim. Oh man, it's good to see you, Kim. Thank you for showing up. Nathan frequents fuzzy bunnies in his. Whoa. Okay, Nathan, do you have something to talk to us about?
I don't even know what that is.
Fuzzy bunnies. I mean, there's a place here in town that shall remain a place of ill repute called the Bunny Ranch. But
if it's a strip club, there's a lot of those in Fort Wayne. I've joked for years that there's a contest in Fort Wayne between strip clubs and strip club owners and pastors to see who can open more clubs or churches. Because there's a lot of weirdly enough, there's a lot of churches in Fort Wayne too. It's crazy.
Okay. Oh, Honolulu is the Big Island. Okay, so that's where I was at in 2018. So I was not actually in Oahu. I want to go back though. Hawaii was a beautiful, beautiful place. Joe! Hey, everybody say hi to Joe. Say hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe. How are we doing, Joe? My good friend Joe at Married to Kaiju. Wonderful person. Go subscribe to his channel, Married to Kaiju. It's wonderful. It's raw, it's in your face, and it's the most honest review of toys and tokusatsu things that you will ever see on the internet today. I promise. That's kind of his brand, raw and uncut. Anyway, so before you popped on, Nathan, I was letting Elijah talk about his upcoming project that he's working on at the Fest of the G's.
Jokes. Anyway.
Yes. And continue, Elijah, because I'm trying to vamp until our good friend Danny gets here.
Yeah, I mean, it's so the amateur video contest, it's a little strict. You have 6 minutes. It has to be kaiju based and it has to be original footage. So I mean, this is actually my third entry into the contest. My last time was in 2019. With the second film in what was planned to be a trilogy of Godzilla fan films. I have never won, so I don't actually expect.
That's just a rigged system right there.
Yeah, I mean, so full disclosure, I don't actually plan on winning this year. That being said, the reason I think that is I think I've made something that isn't on brand for the contest. I think my project is a little it's a little more personal and a little more like what I'd want to do. with my budget constraints and whatnot, because this time around I don't want to explain too much, but I will say I decided not to go a fan film route. I decided to do something that was not Godzilla, Gamera, Ultraman, any of that. I didn't want to do a stop motion Bandai or SHMA short film. I wanted to do like an original, like this is mine. So I did that, but I don't have a budget for a giant monster. So you'll have to, if you're there, you'll have to see how I went about making a giant monster without having the money to make a giant monster. But because of that reason, I don't think it'll win, which is fine. I've just come to the conclusion of I'm just going to make the films I want to make and the content I want to make, and I'm not going to let a contest be the dictate whether or not I produce something I want to do or something I think will win.
One more. Welcome, Riley Roberts. I don't know if our friend Danny's going to show up yet or not. We're yet to hear back from him on that question. So, welcome to the stream, though. Hope you stick around. Have some fun with us. So Elijah, we'll get into the news here in just a second. I want to finish what we're talking about first, though. Can you tell us the name of your short, or do you want to keep that secret, top secret?
I think I've tweeted about it, so I'll say it. So it's titled SOS Seek Shelter. I'm trying to think of what else to say to that. So actually at one point, the name was going to be Seek Only Shelter, but that was a little weird and it just didn't flow right. So I did SOS Seek Shelter. SOS, when I hear SOS, I think of like Godzilla Tokyo SOS, or just in general, like Save Our Souls. And Seek Only Shelter would be abbreviated to SOS. So in a way, I still use that title, but I think I made it a little more stylized and a little less choppy.
Okay. Can you give us the basic premise as to what the short film is actually about?
So there is something strange happening that is destroying the city that our character is in, and our character has to find shelter to try and survive the strange occurrence.
So this is not a kaiju. This is a kaiju project, but this is not necessarily a kaiju focused project. This film is from the perspective of our characters.
Yes. Yep.
In the style of Cloverfield, or is this going to be a little bit more, or is this going to be more intimate?
So I've done the found footage style film before. I've even done there's a short film or a feature length film. I don't know yet what I'm going to do with this project. But there is a project that I'm working on where in the film I cut to the first person's perspective, something kind of like what Hideaki Anno did in thanks, Travis. I mean, it's not a very high bar for Godzilla X Kong, but I appreciate it.
Wow.
Don't make me push the button. Don't make me push the button, Elijah.
Oh, you have a button now? What button do you have?
I have a fictitious button.
It's a
button.
It's a button
metaphorical
to kick me.
button.
It's a button to kick me off the street.
You have the kick Elijah button?
I have the kick Elijah button, yes.
Right.
But in that project I'm working on, it cuts to the first person's perspective, which I like for that scene, for that film. But I wanted to do an actual, like, watching somebody deal with this. I feel like that's a little more visually interesting than to see the character's perspective. Simply because of how this film's set up, I don't think the perspective from a person would be as interesting as watching the person experience what they're going through. So it is in the third person, and it follows said person.
So I know this has turned into like a preemptive like interview about your short
film,
which I find really fascinating, and it's good that you can give this interview on the fly. So who all is involved in this film? We can talk. We'll just tell us who all is involved in the film, and then we'll move on.
So actually, I was thinking about this yesterday because, like I brought up, I just got my music yesterday. So I've actually went really when I began production on this back in, I started production in April. I had ideas back in, I want to say it was February, which the ideas developed into March, and then a script was done by April. I've normally I do it all solo, and the only thing I do is I grab assets off the internet to help like add production value. But this time around, I was like, you know what? I need to put in effort, and I need to make something I want to make. Like I said, I haven't done a kaiju short film since my Godzilla fan film back in 2019. And I've been wanting to develop more content. And with this short film, this is actually the debut of my little production company that I guess I've made, ET13 Productions, the one that I link all the time. This is actually the premiere of a brand new intro that I commissioned some music for and animated and whatnot. So I wanted to do something bigger. Not only was this the first time I actually spent a decent amount of money, I think we're pretty close to actually $1,000 I've spent on getting stuff to help produce the film how I wanted to. But I've had, my best friend helped. He helped me get some shots. He was a driver. He's an actor in it. Some people I work with helped on the production crew side with lights and sound and effects. Nathan actually helped me with the scripts. He helped develop the idea. I reached out to Grattan of Giant Monster BS. I've worked with him multiple times now, actually. I've worked with him on some other projects for some music. So he's my go-to. I commissioned him for some music that he did for it. Michael, you were in it. You were an actor.
An actor. I'm a thespian now.
Yeah. Actually, so Michael, your stuff was the first thing I did for the film, like visually. Your stuff, it was not shot. It was shot and completed first. And when I did your stuff, you kind of saw that I wasn't really messing around with the box you got.
The stuff that took up my entire living room, yes, in my apartment, yes.
So, yeah, I spent a lot of money to have something shipped to you, Michael, to have you use it for the film. I'll Travis, I'm not ready to reveal that. But there are more actors in my short film for a brief moment. I did some last minute additions, which I'm a little excited to have some cameos in the film. But your stuff, Michael, we shot it first, and I went out and I got some licenses to use some the poster. Okay, I'll stop 1 second, Michael. So Travis the poster that you Travis helped with the poster. He did the main part of it. I did the text and whatnot, but he created the art for it. And so the poster actually, I haven't revealed it yet. I've been holding off on it to make sure that my short film is done 100% in time for G-Fest. It's actually due in 5 days on Thursday. It has to be in the Google Drive for I think his name's Martin, or no, it's Mark. It's Mark, for Mark to have to be put into the contest. So I haven't revealed the poster yet, just simply because I want to announce that it's going to be there with the poster. But Travis helped with the poster. That it's actually really cool. I'm really excited to reveal it. But Michael, as I was saying,
is Michael's ugly mug gonna be on it?
I don't know what to say to that.
I mean, he's
Anyway. Go ahead, Elijah.
Dang. Usually it's me that gets kicked.
I'll bring him back in a minute. I'll bring him back.
No. It's I think you and I are the most likely candidate. Although maybe I should start kicking Michael, figuratively and literally.
So
continue, Elijah.
So your sequence, Michael, was actually I got licenses. I got some stuff to use in the video, and when I put that together, that was the moment that I realized that this short film was not going to be just what I had done in the past. It had developed into something already that Julie agrees.
We got a little chat room flirting there. What?
Thank you, Travis. I appreciate that. Julie, actually, a lot of people agree that I have beautiful blue eyes. Anyway, go ahead.
With your stuff, Michael, I realized that this was going to be bigger than what I had expected. And I'd argue that with that, it helped me understand that this film, I had to go beyond what I had done in the past to create something that I really liked. I'm finishing up the last sequence of animation. Actually, when I get off the stream and get back home, it's back to the lab again, as Eminem said, and I'm just heading straight into rotoscoping and animating this last sequence so I can
rotoscoping and animating. Look at you.
For this short film, I have learned how to audio mix, rotoscope, composite, and utilize gimbals and actual like studio lights. So I've went very deep into learning about production for this. So yeah,
future Oscar winner right here, but that would require that the Oscars meant anything anymore.
I mean, I watched the Oscars. I love me a good Oscars show.
It's not exciting unless people are getting slapped.
I also love Oscar.
Oh wait, nope. That gets a rim shot. I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button.
I beat you to it.
Okay, continue.
I was just gonna say, but yeah, no, this project has been it's been a pretty deep dive into just learning about specifically post-production for me. I've learned a lot about post-production here. And Kim, yes, rotoscoping is a pain in the butt, but it's better than masking. I was going to mask. Anybody who's listening to this who doesn't understand video post-production is going to be like, I have no idea what he's saying. Masking is essentially the idea of putting a sub-layer onto footage that cuts out stuff or adds stuff. But masking in Adobe is actually really difficult because you have to basically draw it on.
Maybe with Premiere.
with
Yeah,
Premiere and
it's
After
probably a little more
Effects.
difficult. It's probably a little bit more difficult with Premiere and After Effects than it is with like Photoshop or
Because so with masking, you have to track it as well. So when you do Illustrator, it's a still image, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in Premiere Pro and After Effects, you have to also track that. So anytime, like let's say you're doing a circle, if the circle changes too much, the mask won't be able to follow it properly, and it'll end up looking a little shoddy at best. So I looked into rotoscoping, which is essentially, I mean, if you trace it back, like you can eventually find where like Subaraya utilized that idea for his films that he worked on. There's a shot in this short film that reminds me of so Nathan, you will know the infamous sequence I'm talking about. But in Godzilla versus Monster Zero, there's a sequence that Subaraya would reuse in Ultraman shows like crazy, with people running and buildings in the back. There's a shot in this short film that I didn't realize I actually like did that. There's a sequence where you've got people in the bottom and you've got buildings, and then you've got composited onto this shot some of the animation work I did. And I was like, wait a minute, I just did that. So it's been really cool to actually like follow tokusatsu effect styles. I ended up last night, I had to do some reshoots for a sequence, and I ended up using miniatures for it. So we this film has ended up really like reminding me of tokusatsu and what
I have a
Subaraya has
fan.
done.
Anyway, continue.
This isn't about you, Nathan.
Apparently, it's about me, and I keep going.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I was just really curious about the short. I know we had a little bit of time to kill. We're waiting just before Nathan showed up, and I just really I know you and I had not talked about your short film in a while, and so I thought while it was just you and I together, it would be a good opportunity for me and the listeners to kind of get to know the film that you're going to be producing at G Fest. And we don't have
a red carpet premiere at G Fest.
Red carpet
and paparazzi and cameras and tuxes.
You bring the popcorn and I'll bring the whiskey because I'll probably need it to get through it. So
ouch.
Wow.
No.
How dare you take a shot at peak cinema?
So hang on before you get your panties in a twist, Nathan.
They're yours anyway.
I don't actually wear underwear, sir. You're
going commando?
I have actually seen some footage from Elijah's short film. It looks really great. It looks great. It sounds great. All of it is. I'm really looking forward to it. All like in all seriousness, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Hopefully we can do something special for you through Kaiju Ramen later on.
Yeah, I think we should. Maybe I don't know, like maybe an after show or something.
I would love a Kaiju Ramen Media watch party. While for the people who can't attend G Fest, I would love for us to all watch it together after G Fest and talk about it.
Oh, that would be fun. And Elijah should totally take video and photographs, so then he can put out a special edition Blu-ray and make his own special features.
Maybe. But before we move on, I know we went a little longer than I expected, but it's fine. It's fine. I just wanted to go ahead and acknowledge our good friend Brendan, from Autistic Lizard Productions. Brendan, how are we doing? Good, sir. I watched your unboxing video yesterday. It was great. Looking forward to seeing you again. You and I met at All Monsters Attack in Chicago. And we're going to be meeting up with you again in G Fest. So we're looking forward to that. We're also looking forward to being on your show hopefully in a few weeks, whenever that schedule works out, of course, or a few
Be
months.
really
rather.
crazy if we did it at G-Fest. That'd be kind of fun.
That would be kind of crazy because I think myself, Elijah, Nathan, and some of the other crew from Kaiju Ramen Media, we're going to be on Brendan's show in a few months to talk about Godzilla King of the Monsters from 2019. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good time. So before we get too deep into it, I want to go ahead and just get into the news. So, Nathan, I'll let you do the honors this week.
Our top news story is
no.
You
Nathan,
must get the energy.
No, Nathan, you're done. You lost your chance. You lost your chance. Elijah, you know what to do. Go for it.
Welcome back to Kaiju Ramen News. This week, we'd like to let everybody know issue 10 is in progress.
No. You both screwed it up. It's time to cue the BD.
Oh, that shtick.
Yes, that shtick, Nathan. Yes, Nathan, the shtick that we've done for this entire stream, or the entire brand of the stream, rather. So, before we get into our top story, let's just say this. Before we get into our top story, we do have a little bit of Kaiju Ramen related news. If we have news related to the magazine, this is the time we'd like to tell the folks. So issue 10 of Kaiju Ramen is in progress. Issue 9 is currently out. You can order issue 9. It is available. People who pre-ordered issue 9 are getting theirs. What happened to there we go. Whoever pre-ordered issue 9, they're starting to receive theirs. I got mine. Nathan, you got yours. Elijah, I'm assuming you got yours. And then a few other people have gotten theirs already. So if you pre-ordered issue 9, you're going to be receiving those in the mail. They should be up on the website now to order. I believe so. Kaiju Ramen Media. I should know this stuff because, I'm kind of part of the company, but we'll see. Where's all the stuff? Magazine. There we go.
Professional streaming.
Professional streaming. Yes. Printed. Okay. So issue 9 of Kaiju Ramen Media is available. Go buy it if you haven't gotten your copy yet. Pre-orders have started going out already. But our next news story related to Kaiju Ramen Media is issue 10 is in progress. It's slightly delayed because we're trying to get our articles edited and ready to go and our layouts done, but that'll be heading out soon. I think, Nathan, you just completed all the edits to the articles recently. So
I'm just waiting on one more article.
Right. So we're just waiting on one more. So we'll get that. Once you get that edited, we get everything laid out. We'll get issue 10 out as quickly as we can. It's going to be a great issue. Looking forward to it. So that is our Kaiju Ramen Media related news that we had to get into. But our actual top story for this week, and we were having a little bit of trouble determining what our top story is. So
there are 5 physical copies of issue 9 left.
Oh, thank you, Travis. Thanks, Nathan, for looking at the chat.
He also says that our little chevron or whatever at the bottom is the tape.
Chevron.
I don't know the tape. I'm trying to remember what it's called.
The chevron.
It's not. I know that's not the right word. Shut up.
I'm sure chevron's a color.
It's called the Chiron.
Chiron. That's what it was. Yeah. Anyway, there.
You got there eventually. But yes, Nathan, issue 10 is almost done. But our actual top story is we're going to be discussing Kong Skull Island, or the Skull Island.
It's not Kong Skull Island.
It's not Kong.
That's a movie.
If it was Kong Skull Island, people would like it more.
Wow.
I'm just saying it was rotten on tomatoes on the audience side. And everywhere I go, people complain about it.
Wow. Sir.
Nobody says anything good about this.
Have you actually watched it?
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
Wow.
Michael, we just had a 25-minute discussion on how I'm stuck in a room rotoscoping all week.
Sounds like a medical procedure, but okay.
So it's funny you say that real quick because
is he cleaning out his colon or something?
I was told earlier today that it sounds like a procedure this is what my coworker said. It sounds like a procedure you would do before conducting a colonoscopy.
Oh. Anyway, so it appears that at least out of the 3 people here, Nathan and I are the only ones that watched Skull Island.
And even out of the potential 4th person that might show up.
Right. I think
are Michael or you and I the only members of the crew who've actually seen it all?
Yes, because Travis said in the chat that he hasn't seen it yet.
Well, I guess we have to be non-spoilery. Well, crap.
Do we? So let's just get the bell right now. Ding ding. Let's fight. Go ahead. Mom and Dad, go ahead and argue.
No. Mom and Dad's not going to argue because Mom and Dad's not going to argue because Dad, I'm Dad.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes, I'm sure. I'm very sure.
And I'm very sure I've been misgendered.
I am very indifferent towards it. I do not like some characters, like our main. I didn't care much for our main character, Annie. I didn't care for Annie all that much. And it's, as we suspected, it's a lot of Zoomer humor, which was kind of hit and miss for me. So there were
it also has bad millennial humor because the adults think they're in the office.
Nathan, hush for a second, please. Thank you. The humor was not terrible. It wasn't as bad as I was expecting, but it still there was some funny moments, but it wasn't as good as what I was hoping for. I will say though, I was pleasantly surprised by how much I liked the animation. I wasn't sure how much I was going to like the animation. It reminded me very much of Godzilla 98, the cartoon, or even Yu-Gi-Oh. That style of animation.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
No. Michael, that's as bad as Travis saying Evangelion. You just had a Travis Alexander moment with Yu-Gi-Oh.
And Evangelion sounds like something I put on my toast.
I know, Oscar, you don't care about spoilers, but I gotta be spoiler free for right now. Anyway, at least
I would jump through.
You got owned by the Queen and Travis.
Anyway, it reminded me of Yu-Gi-Oh. There we go. I'm going to keep saying it. The longer you guys bash me for it, I'm going to keep saying it. So I don't care at this point. It reminded me of that. It looks good. I wish there was a little bit more Kong in it, because there's one episode in particular that was really good, and it gave us some backstory. We got to see Iwis. In this. And I wanted more Kong and I wanted more Iwis. But instead, we got a bunch of Zoomers and a girl who thinks she was great at everything. And she really nope, can't say that because that's a spoiler. Crap. Anyway.
Yeah, God forbid we're not a fan of Zoomers, right? Right?
Anyway,
you're an exception.
It was okay. So you're
a credit to your generation.
I enjoyed it for what it was. It was not my favorite thing I've ever seen, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I'm very indifferent towards it.
Real quick, Michael. So I feel like it's a little unfair to ask this question because the rest are movies, but where would you place this in your ranking of MonsterVerse movies?
Okay, so MonsterVerse movies, MonsterVerse movies, it goes Godzilla versus Kong at the tippy top, and then
Godzilla versus Kong, peak cinema,
and then King of the Monsters right after that, and then Godzilla 2014, and then Kong Skull Island being the worst of the four.
So is this after Kong Skull Island? You've killed Elijah, but what?
I've killed the child. I've killed the child. Okay, it realistically.
Say that a little louder.
I have wounded the child. I have wounded the child.
Because that's only slightly better.
Anyway. Arguably, Kong Skull Island is the best film of the MonsterVerse series, right? So it has the best cinematography. It has the best writing.
Best monster action.
It's the best. It has the best characters, I would say, out of the MonsterVerse. I still enjoy Godzilla versus Kong for its campy silliness slightly more. But it realistically for me, it's Godzilla versus Kong, Kong Skull Island, King of the Monsters, then Godzilla 2014 in that order.
But where would you put the anime?
Oh yeah.
What's that?
Above 2014.
Okay, so it's the second worst in the franchise?
I mean, I like to think it has potential.
It's the fourth best.
It's the fourth best, sure.
You're a glass half full kind of guy.
I'm a glass half full kind of guy. And so is my friend Eric of the Bearded Kaiju Unboxing and Reviews. Mr. Eric Stolp, my friend from Wisconsin that likes the cheese.
You got to be a little more nasally with that accent.
No, Wisconsin, yeah.
Anyway, over there.
You're gonna bust somebody's kneecaps?
No.
Okay, Travis.
I like 2014.
2014.
Okay.
Nathan, stop interrupting me. 2014 is a lovely film. It's a lovely movie.
Actually, I'm glad you brought this up. I'm glad you brought this up, Kim, because Nathan is indeed chomping at the bit to hit the Rantmaster button, but he is forbidden to hit the Rantmaster button.
And when have I listened to you? You're not my dad.
If you hit the Rantmaster button, I'm kicking you out of the stream.
And I will get right back in.
I have full sale. I will kick you out of the stream.
I will get right back in. You can't.
I will keep kicking you out. If you hit that Rantmaster button, I will keep kicking
why don't we
out.
do a vote for if the Rantmaster button can be pressed?
Oh, they want the Rantmaster button.
Out of the people here, out of the people in the stream.
Out of the people in this stream.
So we're doing this for the audience, okay?
Let's vote. Let's vote. We're voting.
Let's vote. We're voting.
All in favor of the Rantmaster button being pressed, say aye.
Oh, you traitors. I hate you both.
You didn't even say it. So you didn't even
waiting to see which of you would stab me in the back, and you both did.
I don't want to hear your buttons,
Travis.
I don't want to hear your buttons.
And instead you'd rather press them? I see how this works.
I don't want to press them.
Okay. Ladies, you're both pretty. Okay. So to reel this train back in, I went into Skull Island not expecting to be impressed. I enjoyed it more than I expected to. I think I had fun watching it with my friends because I did watch it today with my friends Joe and Eric. I had a lot more fun watching it with my friends than just kind of by itself.
Let me ask you another question real quick, Michael. Were you also drinking substances that
I was not. I was not.
Can you be more specific? What kind of substances are we talking about? Because
I
I'm
was
drinking water, and this is technically a substance.
I drink my milk.
From a scientific point of view.
I drink my milk and I take my vitamins, just like Hulk Hogan said to do.
Okay.
But do you say your prayers?
Sure do.
Oh, so you do you get the whole trifecta, the whole Hulk Hogan trifecta.
Sure do. I say my prayers, I drink my milk, and I take my vitamins, just like Hulk Hogan taught us to.
Well, where are your 37-inch pythons? For those of you who are listening to the audio version of this, the look on Michael's face is absolutely priceless. It's a face that says, "That was funny, Marchand, but I also want to murder you 7 ways from Sunday."
No, that's a face that says I can't say where my 37-inch pythons are.
And Michael continues his tradition of saying things he shouldn't in the stream. Hey, Elijah, cockroach.
No, stop it. Stop it. Stop. We're getting off track. I'm
crying. You realize Travis is going to jump into the stream and put us all in our place now, right? He's going to go full tilt mom on us and just like, stop it. Stop it. Oh. Kim, is that his personal best?
Okay. No,
fastest cancellation ever.
Listen. I just want to point out something. We have gained
your 37-inch pythons.
No, we have gained. We have gained two viewers since we've been cutting up. So people like. Apparently, I told Siri to play music. I don't know why. We're gonna get a copyright strike.
Well, we have one more, right, before we get in trouble.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay, all right.
He's not here.
Let's. Jesus is everywhere, Elijah. Jesus is everywhere.
Enough for this.
Okay, so I was being deadly serious. I enjoyed Skull Island. I enjoyed Skull Island more than I expected to. Nathan, go ahead and give your thoughts on Skull Island without hitting the Rant Master button.
But the Queen says I can.
Nope.
You didn't even vote for it yourself, so like.
That's because I was testing the two of you.
Yeah, excuses. Go. What's your opinion? Go ahead.
What's your opinion? We got to move on.
You love talking. Just talk.
This is the worst thing in the MonsterVerse.
Why?
And it has 6.5 of the 8 episodes are the worst written things in the MonsterVerse, and it has the worst character in the MonsterVerse. Her name is Annie. She's an insufferable, psychopathic narcissist.
I think you meant to say
the boys are teenage Kennys, but they're still far less insufferable than Annie. And the jokes don't land. And it's bad Zoomer humor and bad millennial humor because they think they're in the office, but they're not. And it's basically the same plot as the movie. Get off the dang island. Skull Island doesn't really fit with what we've seen of it before in the movies. I'm sorry.
They tried to, but the octopus got the helicopter.
The Kraken. Also, Nathan, you do realize that Kong hasn't had an original movie since 1960.
That is not true. That is not true. I said, yeah, that is not true. I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole other subject.
Mm-hmm. Whatever. Keep going.
Anyway, keep going. Let's keep it short so we can move on.
No, that's basically it because we can't get into spoilers. For me to spell out why I think it's terrible, or the 1.5 episodes I liked in it, that would require spoilers, so I can't.
So let me ask you this, Nathan. What did this show do right? Can you say anything that it did right?
The 7th episode is exactly what I wanted the show to be. It had lots of Kong. It had a female character who's not insufferable, and it had a lot of heart and great story. And the climactic kaiju fight is actually really good.
Okay. So I asked Michael this, and I want to hear your opinion. What's your? So you already established that this is the worst in the MonsterVerse. Can you give your rankings, like Kong Skull Island 2014?
You should definitely check it out. I promise. You should definitely check it out and form your own opinion. Don't listen to Nathan.
It was Mr. Middle of the road. I'm not going to say one way or the other.
Well, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer.
How is it being a Debbie Downer when it's facts?
Use your ranking. Tell us your ranking, Nathan.
Ranking? Dang it. I've never actually had to do a full-fledged ranking for the MonsterVerse before.
That's weird. I feel like I've had to do that every other week.
Elijah, you just hate everything. All right, we get
yeah, shut up. You quite literally just spent 35 seconds screaming about how awful a show was.
Be glad it was only 35 seconds.
Wait until you do a 5-hour everything wrong with Skull Island movie.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Michael, stop.
I'm about ready to hit the button just to piss you both off at this point. Not because I'm going to rant again, just because I want to piss you off. If I went objectively speaking, and not off of my personal enjoyment, I probably would say the Kong Skull Island is the best made out of all of them. After that, in terms of like actual filmmaking, I like 2014, so I'm going to say 2014 King of the Monsters, and then probably GVK. But aside from Skull Island, the anime, I actually like and enjoy all 4 of those, and I only like it's not even 25%, it's maybe 20% of, actually not even 20. No, it'd be about 20% of the anime.
Okay.
There's only one episode I would bother to watch in its entirety again. And all I have to say is, I told you so. I told you guys so 2 weeks ago when we talked about the trailer. Everything that I predicted would be true from that trailer ended up being true. Go look at the Monster Run Film Vault YouTube channel or its TikTok, and you'll see me doing short video reactions to each episode. Yeah. Other than episode 7,
whoa. Did you just
behave, Elijah?
Hang on. Did you just say that you did short reaction videos on your TikTok?
And that I reposted in a bunch of other socials.
And you're complaining about Zoomer's humor.
I hate TikTok. I only use it because it's a necessary evil, like all social media.
But you are doing TikTok videos of reacting. with your millennial office humor that you do every day.
Me? Oh no, Michael's the king of millennial office humor. What are you talking about?
I'm just pointing out that I think you're a hypocrite.
Yeah, you're gonna need better evidence than that, sir. You realize there are plenty of people who are not your generation using TikTok.
Sorry. All right,
I'm not even on it.
Okay. So we've screwed the pooch on that one. Let's move on.
I've never felt more alive in a Kaiju Weekly stream ever.
Yeah, but you disappointed Kim. I'm just saying. She wanted.
Well, okay, all right. We can do this. We can do this pissing contest later when we're able to talk about spoilers, or because it's not been out long enough to give people time to watch it. So I want to make sure people watch it, form their own opinions, and then we can give spoilers. Okay. We'll talk about spoilers next week on Kaiju Weekly. How about that? And then you guys can go back and forth then.
What if we wait till after G-Fest so we have plenty of time?
That's true. Anyway, so as we experimented with the last couple of weeks, each of us are going to take a section. So Elijah, I'm going to be throwing it to you to talk about our movies and TV section. Once you go through all that section, we're going to pick something out of there and we're going to discuss it. Okay. Does that sound fair?
I thought we all picked one and then we discussed that one and then we moved on.
Well, yeah, right. Okay, fine. Okay. We'll do that. Okay, fine.
Okay.
Fine.
Because I'm going to tell you, I went looking. There's really nothing for comics and video games.
So movies and TV. Go, Elijah.
Oh, hang on. You totally threw me through a loop there. Okay.
Do a barrel roll.
Welcome back to Kaiju Weekly News. This week in the movies and TV section of this stream, a new poster for the upcoming show by Super Riot Productions, Ultraman Blazer, was revealed. Wait, this is last week's. Wait a minute.
Oh,
we need to.
So much professionalism there.
I know, right? I was so ready.
Yeah, Michael, can we kick him for his unprofessionalism?
Hello,
hashtag
everybody.
Into the Void.
My name is Brick Tamlin, and welcome back to the movies and television section of the Kaiju Weekly stream.
Did you hear? I sent you a link in the private.
I have
chat.
it pulled up.
Okay.
I have to be able to read it and look straight into this camera.
Okay. You got this, I promise.
Welcome to the Kaiju Weekly news stream section, movies and television. G-Fest 2023 has announced a Kickstarter for the short anniversary feature film featuring Jet Jaguar with a suit made by Shinichi Wakasai. How do you say his last name?
Shinichi Wakasa.
Wakasa.
Shinichi Wakasa, who made the Gigan suit and many other kaiju suits for Toho. And directed by Kazuhiro Nakagawa, who did G-Fest 3, Godzilla vs. Gigan, Ultraman Z, and Ultraman Decker. The campaign runs until August 31st, 2023. Shin Kamen Rider will be available on Amazon Prime July 21st. No word on what regions, but it will be shown in over 200 countries. A third season of Power Rangers Dino Fury is in development at Netflix.
Wait, what?
Simon Bennett. That's what the news article said. Simon Bennett of Power Rangers Ninja Steel to Power Rangers Cosmic Fury has exited as showrunner for Power Rangers, and new writers are being brought in along with new filming locations beyond New Zealand. Jenny Klein of Jessica Jones fame will serve as showrunner for Power Rangers going forward. Along with this news, it was revealed that a new young adult series will be coming from Jenny Klein and director Jonathan Entwistle, The End of the Effing World. Reports suggest the new young adult show will not include Super Sentai footage from Toei. Crocodile Fangs from 1978 has been released to Blu-ray. The South Korean-Taiwanese co-production has been released by Synapse Films, who released the US version, released under the title Crocodile, with a 1,500 print limited edition slipcover with poster artwork only available at Diabolical DVD. The giant monster movie Giantess Attack vs. Turtlenator has been announced and will be directed by cult filmmaker Jeff Leroy, the mind behind the Giantess franchise, and VFX by Joe Castro, who did the effects for Lake Michigan Monster. Shin Ultraman Blu-ray first thoughts are out. And unfortunately, the text on screen is not subtitled, much like the Funimation Blu-ray that was released for Shin Godzilla. The English version of Ultraman Blazer's trailer has been released. Ultraman Blazer's English cast has been announced. You have Madeline Morris as Inari Minami. She worked on SSSS Gridman. Rico Fajardo, who is playing Yasunobe Bando, who did voice work for the Garo animation and Attack on Titan anime. Madeline Doro as Emi Obe, who is also known as a voice actor in Shin Ultraman. Nicholas Andrew Louis as Teruyaki Nagura. And unfortunately, I couldn't find anything related to him that was tokusatsu related. But you also have Ultraman Blazer Japanese cast announcements as Hideyoshi Iwata is playing the voice for Ultraman Blazer. He has done various voices for the Ultraman franchise. And on to the YouTube releases for Ultraman. Ultraman Z's English dub continues with episode 23, Prelude to a Nightmare, and episode 24, The Game to Extinction. Ultraman New Generation Stars continues with episode 22, To the Future. Also, we have the finalized schedule for the G-Fest Pickwick films. Thursday, they are having a double feature of Destroy All Monsters and Godzilla 1998, and a second double feature with Godzilla Raids Again and King Kong Escapes, which replaced Shin Ultraman that was previously announced. Friday, they're showing Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla, and Saturday, they're showing Godzilla 2014. With that, that is all the giant monster television and movie news we have this week.
Elijah, since I saw this question in the chat, is this the Japanese or American version of Raids Again?
This is definitely going to be the Japanese version.
That's what I figured.
I guarantee you they got the rights from Janus, who supplied them with the Blu-ray version for Godzilla Raids Again. And if you remember right, back last year, they showed 54, Terror, Ebra, and Megalon, and all of those had the Janus film logos in front of them as well.
Okay. So to help move us along a little bit, Nathan, you go ahead and pick the first topic that we can discuss for a few minutes.
From this list?
From the list, yes.
From this list. Jet Jaguar, man. We considered that for our top story. I'm pumped. I am pumped. I have a weird appreciation for that smiley robot, and Jet is back, baby. So I'm very curious to see what they're going to do. I'm assuming, much like with the previous short films that they've done, well, at least with Gigan, they reused the Final Wars Hedorah suit, but they recreated the Showa Gamera suit incredibly well last year. So I'm assuming they're going to do the same thing here, but I'm wondering if they might do some modern flourishes with this while keeping to the original design for Jet Jaguar. I'm also wondering if it's only going to be Jet Jaguar, because I'd like to know if this is going to be a team-up movie or if we're going to get a fight between Godzilla and Jet Jaguar, which is going to be crazy.
I think you and I talked about this the other day, just between us. I think it's going to be maybe, I don't know. I know I've mentioned this to somebody else, but I think it's going to be a team up. I personally think that we're going to see, they could do it. They could go the cheap route and say, we're going to do Jet Jaguar versus Gigan. And then Hedorah shows up from the previous short film. And then Godzilla has to come in and assist Jet Jaguar. They could
no Megalon?
I don't think they're going to I don't think they're going to do a Megalon suit. I don't think they're going to do a Megalon. I don't think that Megalon.
Their reason they explained why they weren't going to do Megalon, and that was that Megalons appeared more frequently than Jet Jaguar.
Yeah, they're not going to do Megalon.
I'm going to interject here and say I think it's going to be Godzilla and Jet Jaguar against Gigan.
So are they going to give Gigan a massive power up?
Well, Gigan, like even in the original movie for Godzilla versus Megalon, Gigan really beat up both Godzilla and Jet Jaguar pretty bad.
Well, given the fact that they're really promoting that they have Jet Jaguar back, maybe it'll be a case of Godzilla and Gigan fight, and Gigan is just mopping the floor with him, and then Jet Jaguar comes in and saves him.
It could be.
Yeah. Now, some of the promotional material has featured Megalon, but Jet Jaguar has definitely been featured more prominently in the promotional material for this year. This is definitely Jet's year.
I would agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It'll just be cool to see the classic design because, I enjoy Jet and Singular Point, but the classic design is going to always be the classic design.
Now, what I'm curious about is what version of the Godzilla suit will they bring in? Will they keep using the Final War suit?
I think they will because it's easy.
Or could they use, because we know that they have a Mirigoji suit that they use for promotion. like the 2000 suit. We've seen it. We've seen
Yeah,
footage.
but I don't know if it's in good enough
Mhm.
shape to use in a movie where they're going to have to blow things up and crash through miniatures.
And then and I think they have a working version of the Heisei Godzilla suit as well that they've used for promotion.
But again,
That they use.
See, I don't think I think they're gonna use Final Wars as their like throwaway suit because that's not even the main Final Wars suit or promotional suit. That's just like a
It's the stunt suit.
yeah.
It's the
I
stunt,
don't
it's the stunt suit.
I don't see them using any other one. The ones they seem most prone to use are 54's the Yuji Sakai suit
Mhm.
and this Final Wars suit, and they're definitely not going to use that 54 suit. They
Oh,
cherish
God, no.
that.
Oh God, no, that they're gonna save that for. I think that they're gonna have something. I think they're gonna have something. I think they're gonna make use of that suit for since this will be the 70th anniversary. They're definitely gonna make use of it somehow, but it won't be for this.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I concur.
Elijah, what story did you want to pick out from this bunch? Crocodile.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So the thing I'm most excited for is the release of Crocodile Fangs by Synapse
Okay.
Films.
That was a
So
joke, but I guess not.
no, so here's the thing. Synapse announced this title back in 2018.
Mhm.
They said, we got the rights to this film. We're going to release it to Blu-ray. It's been 4 years since that announcement. And a lot of people thought that Synapse had just given up on it. They just,
Mhm.
it was one of those titles they announced and it disappeared. But I kept it in the back of my head that I hope that Synapse eventually would get to it. Synapse Films is actually a 2-person project, which is kind of crazy when you consider the stuff they've put out. For tokusatsu fans, most prominently, they were the first distributors for a lot of Minoru Kawasaki's films. They did The Rug Cop, Executive Koala, and The World Sinks Except Japan, which is a great parody of Japan Sinks, I might add. They released those, and like I said, they announced Crocodile Fangs. And for anybody who doesn't know, this is actually the first giant crocodile movie. When you go and when you research it, Crocodile Fangs was the first. It came out in 1978, but it came out before Alligator did, which was a U.S. film.
Right.
This Crocodile Fangs was a co-production between a Korean company and a Taiwanese company that everybody who knows Ultraman definitely knows about. Child Productions actually was the co-producer for this film. So Sampote, how do you?
Sampote.
Sampote actually took credit on the international versions of this
Of course
film
he
as the
did.
director. So it does have links to tokusatsu. It's got puppetry, it's got live crocodile action, and it's got I think there's some like suit action for the crocodile. I've never watched the film. I've wanted to. I had to do a lot of research for a project that I'm working on. So it's great that this finally got announced and revealed. I ordered it pretty closely after it was revealed. The worst part about it was it just came out of nowhere. There was no hype. There was no like pre-order. It was just like, it's done. Here you are. I wasn't a huge fan of that, but I'm excited. It's an HD transfer from the US cut, the 35 millimeter.
That was going to be my question. Are they only releasing the US version and not the Korean?
So there's a Korean version, there's a Taiwanese version, the international print, and the American cut.
Oh, good lord!
So there's a lot. From my understanding, there is there's some differences for all 4 versions. But the international cut and the American cut are the closest ones together, which makes sense.
Right.
And the licensors that Synapse got this film from only had the US version, but they did reach out to somebody who had elements of the other versions and all of the footage from the other versions is included on a bonus feature, just listed as deleted and alternative scenes.
Oh, okay. So that's nice of them. How
So,
different are each of the versions?
It's not like King of the Monsters to 54. It's just like alternative takes. Fair warning, this film, it's Taiwanese and Korean from the 70s with an animal. There's some animal cruelty with the alligator.
Yep.
There is an extended sequence found in alternative versions of animal cruelty with the alligator or crocodile. That's trimmed in the US version. It's still there, but it's trimmed. So anybody who doesn't like that stuff, you know, this is my warning to you.
I personally get a little squeamish when it comes to like foreign films that use live animals and abuse live animals. That's just it's weird. Like I can watch people blow up all the time, but like you abuse an animal, it just sets with me wrong.
Right.
That's because you know that the humans getting blown up are fake.
Yeah.
This is true. So I've only watched one film with animal cruelty. Well, Ape technically does because they threw a snake at the camera. But I watched.
There's a bit of it in Mighty Peking Man.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
On a scale of Roar, oh God, Roar. Milo.
So Travis, to answer your question of on a scale of Roar to Mile and Otis, how bad is the animal cruelty? I actually don't know. I haven't watched it yet. I ordered it. There's a limited edition 1500 print slipcover that's exclusive to Diabolic DVD that has some cleavage.
It's spicy.
Has some cleavage on the slipcover.
Cleavage.
There's one I didn't realize that when I ordered it, but
you didn't? It flat out says it.
I'm gonna be honest. I just saw Crocodile Fangs coming to Blu-ray, and I immediately just jumped on it. I didn't think about anything else.
And Michael's like, "Oh, what?" He's looking it up right now.
I could neither confirm nor deny, sir.
But I don't know. I'm excited to watch it. My Blu-ray actually should be coming within the next 2 days. It also features the original theatrical trailer, a video interview with the director Lee Won-se. It was shot last year or 2 years ago, I think, and he passed away last year. So this is in a way his in memoriam release. And it features an audio commentary from Lee Gambin, who is a film historian. So I'm really excited. I watched a movie with animal cruelty. It was called Cannibal Feroza, I believe it is. It was I think a French spin-off or a knockoff of Cannibal Holocaust. And in it, there is some animal cruelty, which was a little disturbing. I hope Crocodile isn't awful, but I can't confirm nor deny. But I'm excited for this release. We also just recently got Space Monster and Wing Mogwai on Blu-ray from SRS Cinema,
which I finally ordered. I finally ordered the physical copy because it's currently on Tubi. I have not watched it yet, but I wanted the physical copy of it because it is sort of an important release considering it's been a lost film for so long.
Right. So I'm just happy to see more Korean giant monster stuff getting the limelight I think that subgenre deserves. And I've heard from people that they've spent the last 4 years developing the transfer. From what I've been told, it's a really beautiful transfer of the film.
Right.
The deleted and alternative scenes, though, is a different story. That's a little rougher. But that's because the only reason they did the US print is, according to reports, the Korean and Taiwanese versions are basically unusable. They've just decayed over time.
Right.
And unlike like Space Monstering Mogwai, there's not really been a way to help preserve these films. The Korean Film Archive, I don't think even... I know back in 2009 there was a showing with all the Korean kaiju movies. It's actually a really interesting story about that. Where they included it, but I don't know which version. I think it might have actually been the US version.
So it's perilously close to another Yongari situation.
Little bit, except this time it's just the film is so like poorly preserved it looks absolutely awful compared to Yongari, which is like most.
Yeah, but that's still the US version.
So that's what I got. I'm excited for it. I'm always here for more kaiju and tokusatsu coming to the States. And I think another great story is just the fact Shin Kamen Rider is coming to foreign country, over 200 countries with subtitles.
Yeah. I'll tell you right now, though, I need to know more about this season 3 of Dino Fury. That is throwing me off.
So we'll get there because that's what I'm going to choose to talk about, Nathan. But I actually I have a confession to make to you guys here and to the audience who might be listening. I have a confession. I did not actually go watch Shin Kamen Rider in theaters like I intended to.
Fake fan.
I am so sorry.
Hashtag throw the whale.
But
if you've seen the Skull Island anime, you get that.
I chose to go to the park and go hiking with my girlfriend instead.
You couldn't take her to see Shin Kamen Rider?
She wasn't interested. So, I am a fake fan. I apologize to all the Kamen Rider fans out there. All one of you, Travis. That was mean. I'm sorry. But I actually did not go and watch Shin Kamen Rider like I intended to. But that doesn't mean I haven't seen Shin Kamen Rider.
Wait, what? You cheated?
I cheated. With the help of someone who shall remain nameless.
That's what you get for cheating.
With the help of someone who shall remain nameless, I cheated. So
I know the name.
Ridos before.
What? That sounds like a Kamen Rider breakfast cereal.
Oh, Ridos before a hose. Oh, scandal. I know. It's a scandal. I feel terrible about it.
What time is it? We'll say 8:17 for your second cancellation of the stream.
Yeah, that's fine. Anyway, so
and whoever provided you that Shin Kamen Rider accessibility is an awful person.
They are indeed an awful gatekeepery person.
They're gonna go to hell before they die now.
Where all he'll ever be able to watch is the MonsterVerse movies, over and over.
No, I feel like I feel like that's a little excessive. I feel like
it's hell. That's the point.
But I feel like whoever did this shouldn't deserve that.
I don't know. Some days.
I don't know. Anyway, okay. So for my story, we could talk about this really briefly because I know we got to move on.
Well, I want to know about this because I know nothing about Power Rangers except
so
go.
so okay, so the scuttlebutt, so Cosmic Fury is being referred to as the third season of Dino Fury because it brings over that third cast of characters that we saw from Dino Fury, Nathan. So Cosmic Fury is being referred to as the third season of quote unquote power of Dino Fury because of that, which is weird. And it's from what I've gathered, hold on, but I know you're going to interject, but from what I've gathered, it's going to be sort of how you remember how Alien Rangers was technically in season 3, but it was also its own thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. And Simon Benet or Simon Bennett, whatever you want to say, however you say his last name, this is going to be his last season with Power Rangers. And from what I understand personally, from what the rumors and everything that I've read and all the research I've done on it, it sounds as though the franchise is going to go on a hiatus after Cosmic Fury.
I've heard some people say that Power Rangers is ending, but then I've also seen them say, well actually...
Elijah, what would... So wait, two things. No, two things. First off, Michael, so let me get this straight.
Mm-hmm.
Cosmic Fury is in actuality Dino Fury season 3, right?
I mean, from the look of it,
no, just give me yes or no.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Also, Elijah, where'd you get what was your source for this? Because I'm suspecting it was Screen Rant.
No. I've been reading some Power Rangers fans on like Twitter and whatnot who have.
Well, then they don't know what they're talking about.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, they're not entirely wrong from what I've gathered.
Well, okay. So to answer your first point, Elijah, the franchise is technically ending with Cosmic Fury,
but it's coming back
in terms of the main continuity. So Cosmic Fury will wrap up the main continuity from MMPR all the way up to Cosmic Fury. That continuity, that shared continuity that all these seasons have. Cosmic Fury will mostly, yeah. Cosmic Fury will attempt to wrap all of that up. Like 30 years worth of lore will be.
So what you're saying is Cosmic Fury is going to be a disaster. I'm being honest. Like 30 years of lore for Power Rangers, like I don't think you could do that in one season.
It's impossible. It's impossible to do it with one season. It's hard to do it with one season. It's damn near impossible to do it with 10 episodes because that's what Cosmic Fury is going to be. It's going to be 10 episodes, which is why I'm saying that it's sort of going to be in the same vein as Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers, which was a spinoff from season 3, which was the interim between season 3 of MMPR and Zeo. So it's sort of in that vein, Nathan. Do you tracking where I'm coming from? Okay. So it would be incredibly difficult to wrap up 30 years of lore in a 25 or 30 episode season, let alone 10 episodes. Like, that's going to be damn near impossible. And it might end up just being a cluster, honestly, with trying to be nice. It might end up being a cluster. I'm
just surprised we haven't gotten a trailer yet.
I mean,
Netflix doesn't do that. They're not going to show us a trailer until 5 minutes before the show drops. So,
Elijah, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't there a streaming expo coming up at the end of July?
I think so. I know there's supposed to be some Cosmic Fury news soon, more so than just the showrunners exiting and we're getting somebody new and there's development on a new series.
Right. So they're with Cosmic Fury, they're going to attempt to wrap up 30 years worth of lore, take a break, which which the more I think about it, I've had these conversations with you, Elijah, you, Nathan, and other people. Shout out to my friend Joe, married to Kaiju. He's a big Ranger fan too. The more I think about it, I think Power Rangers needs a little bit of that, like that waiting period between, Once and Always and Cosmic Fury into whatever the reboot's going to look like. So
I was going to bring up, because it's all but confirmed that Power Rangers as we know it is done.
Power Rangers as we know it is suspected to be done. Yes.
And part of that is the lack of Sentai footage, which I've heard is increasingly becoming accurate as more details of the untitled young adult series comes out.
Right.
Well, yes.
Well, and Michael and I have our theories as to why that's happening.
I mean, there's a few reasons. I feel like one of them being just companies having difficulty working with other companies.
Well, there's that. Now it has been stated officially by Simon Bennett that they will continue to use things like the suits and the monsters and all that stuff and the Ranger suits and all that. So that stuff is as of right now is not going away.
Right.
What's going away is the stock footage.
But in all fairness, Mr. Bennett's also leaving. So anything that he's established as of Cosmic Fury's episode 10 is no longer
wiped away.
Valid.
Could be wiped away. Yeah,
so that's the other thing. Minds can be changed, and new people can come in and say, "Screw all that."
And this is fan theory. This is not official. This is fan theory that what we saw with Once and Always was a soft reboot for what Entwistle will be doing with his new young adult series going forward.
Well, so here's the thing. Can we talk about spoilers for a movie that's been out that's not kaiju or toku?
What do you mean?
A certain robot movie?
Oh, Transformers?
Yes. Am I allowed to talk about anything?
I know I personally know what the spoiler is because someone already told me.
It's been out for it. We've had plenty of time. Go for it.
So, at the end of Transformers Rise of the Beast, spoiler alert for Transformers Rise of the Beast. If you don't want to listen to this part, maybe leave for like 5 minutes. Maybe not even 5, like just 2.
I'm timing you. Don't worry.
The point will be across. Starting now. At the end of Transformers Rise of the Beast, the leak that came out in 2019 with Transformers Bumblebee came true. Hasbro is starting a shared cinematic universe with their properties. The first one being Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Right.
Now, to that, they've also talked about Micronauts, ROM. I've heard like
Mask.
Mask I haven't heard of, but there's another one that's female oriented that I've heard thrown out.
Josie, no, not Josie and the Pussycats.
I don't remember.
Rainbow. Not wait.
Is it My Little Pony? I
think I've heard. Yeah,
I've heard.
Not My Little Pony.
I've heard My Little Pony thrown out there.
Oh God.
And I have heard that Power Rangers is going into that retroactively as a Hasbro IP.
Right.
That's partly why Hasbro wanted to purchase the rights, was to have Power Rangers cross over with their IPs. So
I have heard the same
would be
thing.
Insane.
The development of a 1990 set Power Rangers movie is still going on, as I'm aware, and that's going to be put into the shared cinematic universe that was established with Bumblebee, then building this up with Rise of the Beasts, the upcoming G.I. Joe movie, and then eventually we will get Power Rangers, the movie, back in the 90s.
And to be fair, yes, Brandon, I'm assuming this is you. The Fake Nerds podcast, go listen to them. Yes, these crossovers are not new for IDW and Hasbro, but in the context of Rangers, which really hasn't had a ton of crossovers outside of Godzilla, Ninja Turtles, I think that's it. Godzilla, the Avengers,
comics, or just in general,
in the DC, the DC universe.
Yeah, Justice League.
Justice League. So what makes it a big deal here is going forward if they just wipe the slate clean after Cosmic Fury and go into this new whatever the hell thing they're going to be creating. This is the part of this. This is the part where it's a little bit uncharted waters for everybody, because with Cosmic Fury, to kind of go back to what we were talking about before, with Rebecca Barnes and Simon Bennett and some of the crew leaving from, and then also not just the crew leaving, but they're changing locations. It's presumed that they're going to be changing from New Zealand to Canada, or maybe New Zealand to Atlanta, down in Georgia, for whatever they've got cooking for the next phase of Rangers. But what I was saying before, what we saw with Once and Always could potentially would have been like a soft reboot for what Entwistle and his team are working on.
Mm-hmm. Is in terms of just the kind of tone and style they want to go for, or in terms of continuity?
I would say with probably both continuity. I'm assuming men would be our yellow.
Well, if that's the case, then technically the universe, the Power Rangers universe we've already known, is continuing.
True, but they could do a passing of the torch type situation where it's men takes over as yellow, and then she continues.
She goes and recruits a new team or something?
She goes and recruits a new team. Yeah.
But so to that too, I also want to bring up, doesn't this basically mean that Power Rangers 2017 worked because that was aimed to be a young adult film? And
it depends on who you talk. It depends on who you talk to.
So the directors wanted The Breakfast Club, which is young adults. Breakfast Club is a young adults movie.
Right. Coming of age story.
Yeah.
So as somebody who has only watched that movie, and as somebody
doesn't mean we need to start caring about My Little Pony lore at this point. You're still safe.
You were saying, Elijah?
As somebody who's only seen the 2017 movie, I don't know a lot about Power Rangers, but I try to stay up to date with development. It's my understanding that would basically mean what they did in the 2017 movie worked, but it didn't work how audiences wanted it. So now they are going back to try and reinvent that to be more of a Power Ranger story and less of a Breakfast Club story.
I mean, I think that's a reasonable assertion, a reasonable theory. I don't think the Breakfast Club was a bad template to use for it, but Michael and I seem to be, well, I don't even know if it's the minority anymore. The Ranger Nation is pretty split on the 2017 movie. It flopped at the box office, so I think initially people just didn't like it, but more people have warmed up to it since then.
It's getting the Pacific Rim treatment where it's gaining more of a following post. It's getting more of a post-release evaluation, basically.
I like it. So for me, I think Power Rangers 2017 is a very good concept as a Power Rangers story. From what little I know, I like it. I like it a lot. I thought it was a very good movie to watch.
You would probably appreciate it more, Elijah, if you watched the behind the scenes documentary.
I did. I've watched and
I'm telling you, people,
commentary.
That's the secret. I think really that is the secret. If you know more about what went into making the movie, you appreciate it more.
So are you guys, I'm just curious because like I said, I know very little. Are you guys excited for the tonal shift that, from my personal opinion, needs to happen for Power Rangers? Are you excited for that young adult establishment? Are you excited for the Hasbro inclusion? How do you guys feel about it?
I'm not opposed to that tone, but I'm not 100% sold on how it's going to be handled in terms of story.
I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm cautiously optimistic. That's all I have to say right now. Okay. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, well, be careful. We might start getting demands to bring Power Trip back.
I have stronger opinions, but I'm going to reserve those for when we watch Cosmic Fury. But really quickly before we move on to the next section of the podcast, hello, Robert. How are you doing, good sir? You're doing, yes, quite good, I hope. Yes, quite. Anyway. But that was our news and television section. So now we can move into my section, which if somebody was here to help me, who shall remain nameless, was here to help me.
Rhymes with Manny.
I wouldn't have to do this by myself. Thank you. So
it's okay. We know you need somebody's hand to hold.
Oh, well, speak of the devil.
Oh my gosh, we have summoned him.
I heard my name spoken through the ether, and I have arrived.
It's like,
but you're
like
disembodyo at this point.
Yeah, that's right. I'm disembodyo. I'm in my car, which is why I'm disembodyo. But I am here. Do I sound okay?
You cut out for a little bit there for a second, but you're fine now.
You sound pretty good.
Gosh darn it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I had a very bad storm roll through where I live, and it just let up and was basically.
I went through it earlier today, Danny, in Michigan.
Oh,
it was so bad. The rain was coming down so hard, my wipers couldn't keep up, and the visibility was almost zero.
You guys,
it's been sunny. It's been sunny and warm. It's nice. It's like 92.
Good
rub it in.
Thank you.
Rub it in. Why don't
I will.
That's fine.
I've had to rub in the sunscreen.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Hashtag into the ether. Anyway.
Why did we?
Anyway, I'm
into the void. No, that's what it is. It's hashtag into the void.
There you go. So yes, I am here. Hi everyone. Sorry if this is coming through a little choppy. But I am not looking at the I am driving, so I am absolutely not looking at the schedules, but I do know we're on Toys and Collectibles.
Yes, we are on Toys and Collectibles, good sir.
Yes.
On Toys and Collectibles. So
yes,
okay, Danny.
Yes, quite.
Yes, quite. So before we get started, Danny, Kaiju Kim, the queen, says hello.
The one and only Kaiju Queen herself. There she is.
Yes, the one and only Kaiju Queen herself says hello. So does Oscar, and so does your friend Robert Montserrat.
Yes. My friends, my cheering squad, my dearest friends in the world.
My cheering squad.
To Oscar,
right.
Hello.
You have cheerleaders?
To Robert, top of the Martin Tialati, and to Kim, I don't know. What can I even say to Kim that hasn't already been said? How can I possibly sum up how lovely it is to know that Kim is here watching us? This all sounds very sarcastic. I promise you, it's not.
It is not. It is not sarcastic at all. And Danny, you are just in time because I'm about to talk about something that you and I both share as one of our favorite Godzilla movies of all time.
Yes.
Dragon
Godzilla.
Wars? What?
No. And Kim, you will enjoy this as well. We're going to talk about the new release from W Dragon, which is the Godzilla 2000 that's going to be released very, very soon. So a little backstory. So this is by a company called W Dragon. They're going to be releasing a 30 centimeter scale Godzilla 2000 figure as of between quarter four of 2023, quarter one of 2024. So this is a 30 centimeter scale. It's going to be made of, I'm assuming like a hard vinyl. And if anyone is not familiar with W Dragon, they do a lot of Jurassic Park, dinosaur related things. They're just now dipping their toe into Godzilla related figures. And my God, Godzilla, my God.
This thing.
This thing is beautiful. So the kicker is, and Danny, you and I talked about this briefly. We can't believe that this thing is so cheap. Well, relatively cheap. We'll say relatively cheap.
Yeah, let's be safe about that.
Okay, so Nathan and Elijah, you're not in the big like high-end collectors space like Danny and I. not trying to be insulting, but I'm just saying that you guys kind of lean towards like the smaller scale stuff. I think. How much would you say that this thing here is going to cost? The beautiful people?
I can't guess because I'm looking at the notes. I have the cheat sheet, so
Oh,
I know how much it actually is. Also, you need to move the clicker down.
huh?
Anyway,
What?
never mind. Keep talking.
I don't have. What do you mean clicker? What are you talking about? The clicker?
It's still on movies and TV. Anyway.
No, it's not. It's on Toys and Collectibles.
It's on Toys and Collectibles. That's how I knew we were on Toys and Collectibles.
Yeah.
It's
Why does it? What? Never mind. Anyway, just keep going.
Regardless.
Nate, you and your StreamYard, I swear.
Regardless. So you would believe that this beautiful thing that Danny and all of us are admiring and desiring and lusting after would cost you say, I don't know, like around $1,200, because that's what like high-end collectibles seem to cost these days. Looking at you, Omega Beast. Overpriced. But no, you this thing here will cost you a nice, squarely affordable, quote air quotes.
However much it is, we have to buy it for Kim.
$164 and some change.
Insane.
That is all. Insane prices. Insane. The deals are insane.
I'd buy that for $1.
Everything must go.
Yeah. So, okay. In all seriousness, this is a beautiful figure. I've already put my deposit down on it. I ordered it through an Australian website. W Dragon, if I'm not mistaken, Danny, correct me if I'm wrong, is a Chinese company.
I think that's right.
And really, the only way to get this, like usually, the only way to get this is to find a proxy. Oh, excuse me.
Rude.
Find a proxy, buy it through the proxy, and have the proxy ship it to you. Basically, is how you would do it. I did find a site that was reputable online that was going to be stocking these. I put down the deposit, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I will get in Q1 of 2024. Is what I'm hoping for.
That's the release window. Hopefully, it actually
It's between Q4 of this year and Q1 of next year is what the proposed release date is.
This thing, okay. So I mean, we've already gushed about the price, but I have to just look at this thing. I mean, do you have a shot of the head, like a really good shot of the face of this thing?
Oh, absolutely.
Because the face, I have to gush about the face for a second, because the face, here's the thing about kits, and like even X Plus has struggled with this. There are a lot of beautiful Godzilla 2000s out there, but almost all of them have, the faces are almost always off somehow. I don't know what it is about the quality, the sculptural quality of this particular design's face, but it's hard to recapture. Nothing like I've never seen a kit, a statue, anything outside of the suit look this close to the suit ever. This is dead on.
Oh, it
This is ridiculous. I've never seen one more accurate. I can't believe how accurate the face is, the shadow work that they've done around the eyes. It's, again, I'm not entirely sure what it is about the face that's so hard to recapture, but this one didn't have that problem. And this is one of my favorite. This is one of my all-time favorite looks for the character. I love Godzilla 2000, so this is one I haven't pre-ordered it yet. I'm trying to be somewhat financially responsible, especially since G-Fest is coming up. But this is, I mean, the deposit, Michael, you showed me the deposit you put down on this, and it's nothing. It's nothing.
It's the price. It's the price of I don't know. What could you buy for the deposit? I don't know.
Like a Bondi and a half.
Like a Bondi, yeah. Like the price of a Bondi and a half, yeah.
Like, I mean, you could, like, there are Blu-rays out there that are more expensive.
More expensive than this. Oh, we almost lost. There he is.
Ah, gosh darn it.
You cut out just for a hot second, Danny. You're back. You're fine.
All right. Anyway, I'm just rambling at this point.
I
This
think
beautiful. This is figure beautiful. Yeah, this figure is beautiful. There you go.
I have multiple Godzilla 2000s in my collection. If this one ends up being as beautiful as it is in the promotional pictures, I think this might be my favorite because, like you said, Danny, the face is so dead on. And I don't know, and I agree with you. I don't know what it is about Marigoji that has been so hard for companies like X Plus and things to replicate. Even in certain kits, like it doesn't look perfect. Like there are some Ibarake kits that does like KOC and things that have been really, really close, but nothing as screen accurate as this because, Marigoji has that very specific look to it. It's not like a Heisei God, no insult to Heisei Godzilla and Heisei Godzilla lovers out there, but like it's easier to fudge the characteristics of Heisei Godzilla. But when you get something like Marigoji, like the 2000 suit, you got to be really careful about those facial features.
Absolutely. It's one of those suits that if you change even the slightest way that a shadow falls across a scale, especially since it's such a textured suit, then you will notice. If you're a super nerd like us, then you'll notice. And I'm insanely impressed with this thing.
My friend Eric just said, by far the most perfect sculpt for this suit. I totally agree. And let's not go that far, Michael. The KOC is the best until dethroned. The KOC is beautiful, but I'm going to go ahead and say, Eric, I'm sorry, but this is going to be more perfect than the KOC. I'm sorry.
I mean, this almost looks like a screenshot from the film.
It does.
Like who knows what the thing's going to look like when it ships? This is the nice, pretty one they take pictures of. So who knows? I'm assuming the sculpt will still look like this. The paint might not, because a big part of this is the paint.
Yeah.
The sculpt is gorgeous, but you can't reduce the effect that the paint has on this thing. But I don't know, man. I mean, I think it's going to be beautiful. I think it's going to blow people's minds. And if they continue to put out suit replicas that look then they're going to be a force to be reckoned with, because they haven't. I mean, how much Godzilla stuff have they done in the past?
They have a 2019 Ghidorah, and then they have their 2004. They're taking pre-orders for 2004.
Okay.
Their 29. Their Monsterverse Ghidorah was just released maybe a month ago. People in the chat, Eric, who knows probably better than I do, let me know. I think the Ghidorah was released maybe like a month ago.
What were the prices like on that? Are they comparable to this?
Ghidorah was around 300. The 2004 was around the same price, but it's the difference. With Ghidorah, you're dealing with the license of both Toho and Legendary. With this, you're just dealing with Toho.
Yeah, if they continue to put out sculpts this gorgeous, this is some solid competition for some of the more established kit makers and like X Plus, the like. This is, I mean, I can't get over how gorgeous this thing is. I really can't. And for that price,
it's perfect.
It's insane.
It's perfect. It's perfect. And hopefully the Queen will be able to get her hands on one. I hope.
She deserves it.
She deserves it. So moving on to our next one. I can't remember what slide is next, so I guess it's going to be a surprise. Oh, okay. Speaking of Power Rangers.
It's not the next item on the list, but okay.
It's not. So I put these in order of the order that I wanted to talk about them. So the next item on the list is we got a leaked image of what the Cosmic Fury Megazord will look like. So this is the packaging for upcoming toys. You know that by the Zord Link logo. Basically, just to summarize, the Zord Link technology is how all of their skull, how all of their Megazords can combine to be very modular, et cetera, et cetera. So what's fascinating about this is, this is the Megazord they're going to be using for Cosmic Fury. We already kind of knew this because this is the Megazord from Q Ranger, which will be the Sentai that they're taking, some footage and suits
Zord
from.
footage.
Zord footage. They're taking Zord footage and some. I've heard some suits, some Ranger suits will be taken from Q Ranger.
Really?
Not. Mm-hmm. So they're definitely taking Zord footage as indicated by this leak. So this is the Q Ranger Robo from Q Ranger. I think that is a series that was in 2019, I believe. It's either 2019 or 2020. I have to go back and look. That is the Sentai series that was running at the time. So Hasbro's going back and taking this design.
Uchu Sentai Q Ranger?
Yes, Q Ranger.
2017.
2017. Okay. So this is the design Hasbro chose to do Cosmic Fury 4. I think it looks great. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about the orbs, the orb motif. I guess I'll understand it more whenever Cosmic Fury comes out. But we have a leak for what the Cosmic Fury Megazord is going to look like.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a decent looking Zord, so
looks cool to me.
Yeah.
I dig
Looks good to me. Moving on. So Danny, I'm gonna let you take this one, Danny. So YMSF just showed off not one, but two exclusives for G-Fest. So Danny, what do you have to say about the exclusives for G-Fest?
All right, time to metaphorically crack my knuckles. I will not be cracking them in real life because I'm driving. So, this is there's really not a lot I can say that you can't tell by looking at it. This is a pearlescent vinyl casting of the YMSF Zilla figure. The Zilla figure was released earlier this year. It's another one of YMSF has piles and piles of sculpts that haven't been sold yet, and this was one that was tinkered with for a few years to try to make sure it was as good as it could be. And earlier this year, a couple of different paint variants came out, but this is not a paint variant. This is a material variant. It's this beautiful pearlescent vinyl, and I'm kind of in love with it. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean, if you look at different pictures of it, the color changes depending on the angle you look. It is lovely, and it really complements the sculpts that Kawakami-san was able to do for this figure. It is just, unless this was one of the ones he worked on with Dope Pope. I don't remember if Dope Pope helped with this one. But either way, it's a gorgeous sculpt. It's, you can't get it. This is why YMSF is awesome, is because if you're a 6-inch Bandai collector, YMSF is great for filling in the gaps in your collection, and Bandai won't do a Zilla, up until this thing came out. Probably your best bet for a 6-inch range figure was to get one of the smaller Trendmasters figures. But this is a great figure, and this is going to be signed and numbered. I don't, off the top of my head, remember how many are going to be there, but it's only for G-Fest.
I don't think they revealed the numbering.
I don't think so. I don't think so either. At least I didn't see them. I don't know if they've revealed it since.
I don't think they revealed the numbering, and I don't think they've revealed the price tag on this.
No, they definitely haven't
a lot.
The price. I'm gonna guess this will be in the 80 to 100 range. It might be more. For what it is, for as limited as it is, I would guess I'd throw 3 figures on this thing just to be safe. But it'll only be at G-Fest, and this is one I might have to snag while I'm there, because I actually don't have any of the YMSF Zillas yet. I missed out on the multiple paint runs that were put out earlier this year. This might be how I get that sculpt. I'd love a more film accurate one. Maybe I'll track one down one of these days. But this thing is just beautiful.
Just pay for the spiral, Danny. Just pre-order the spiral.
Yeah, that's a slight bump.
He wants to actually live in his apartment for 6 months.
Listen, if I could afford that spiral, I would do it in a heartbeat because it is a work of art.
Come on, man. You mean to tell me that your writing job does not pay you enough to afford the
Yes.
Frank, I hate to throw shade at a job I love, but no, I don't get paid that. I don't get paid enough for that.
Yeah. Here's the thing about working as a writer. You're either going to be poor or you're going to be filthy, stinking rich. But there are decidedly more poor writers than filthy, stinking rich writers.
Now, one interesting thing about this particular figure and another figure we're going to be talking about, thanks to my friend Eric Stolp, this will be an exclusive to the Tempting Toys and Collectibles table at G-Fest. So this is going to be designated to a specific table, a specific vendor at a specific conference. Right. So this is going to be exclusive. Like, this is not going to be sold elsewhere.
No, this is about as exclusive as you get. Tempting Toys is the official U.S. distributor for YMSF products. At conventions, typically Kawakami-san sells these like just person to person.
I'll get there in a minute. I'll get there in just a second because I got that on the schedule as well.
Yes, but yeah, this is like when you go to G-Fest and you want to get a YMSF figure, you go to the Tempting Toys table, and that nothing will be different this year. And if you want this, head right there. Head to Tempting Toys.
So if I don't get in there in time and someone can commit to grabbing one of these for me, I will gladly pay them back.
I mean, that's... do we really care that much, gents? No, I'm just kidding. No. I do that for people at G-Fest all the time. I pick things up and then I get paid back. That's... Yeah. If I get in there before you do and you don't have it, I will. If he'll let me snag two, it might be a thing where it's like, oh, you can only get one. But if he'll let me get two, then I will do my best.
I do really love the pearlescent colorway. I don't have a lot of Zilla in my collection either. This is tempting. This is tempting, not necessarily for the character, but because it's a G-Fest exclusive and it's gonna be just something to have to remind me of.
Yeah, of course you don't have as much Zilla in your collection. You sent one of them to me.
This is true. I did. That is one I played with as a child too, Nathan.
I hope you washed it before you sent it to him.
I sure did, but I played with it first before I sent it to him.
Okay.
Along with the 37-inch Python.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I don't want to
Danny,
know.
You weren't here for that. So speaking of Tempting Toys and Collectibles and G-Fest exclusives, this is actually just shown off like a few minutes ago. Thank you to my friend Eric Stolp from Bearded Kaiju Unboxings and Reviews. He alerted me to this during the stream. It looks like YMSF will also be doing an oil slick version of their Final Wars Hedorah, also to be exclusive to G-Fest. So this is... I'm assuming it is the base vinyl is black. It looks like it's a black base vinyl, and it's done in this like pearlescent black sort of glitter version, meant to resemble a sparkly oil slick. And it's gorgeous. I will admit it is beautiful. Here's how it stacks up next to the Zilla. They're both in 6-inch scale. The Hedorah is slightly taller than the Zilla. It's slightly wider than the Zilla. I really like this colorway. I probably won't grab this though because I'm not the biggest Hedorah fan anyway, but I'm definitely not the biggest Final Wars Hedorah fan to boot. So, Danny, will you be grabbing this one also? I know you love Hedorah.
This might be one I cave on. This is one of those weird instances where Hedorah, a Final Wars Hedorah has come out from YMSF, and Bandai just put one out. And I did get the Bandai one at All Monsters Attack last month. So I don't really need two, but the fact that it's YMSF and I love what they do, and it's, an oil slick variant, which just looks really cool, and I'm a Hedorah junkie, might tip the scale. I mean, if I had to pick between the two, it would be pearlescent Zilla, for much the same reasons. But I mean, that Hedorah, it's up in the air right now. We'll see how my finances are when I get to the con, but I might have to get it. It's a pretty one. It's a pretty one.
Kim, we will get there. We'll get there in just a moment. Don't worry. So just to keep things moving and moving on, I know I want to make sure we get through this before Danny, you potentially lose service. The next item on the docket is the Super 7 Super Cyborg series, Mechagodzilla. This is done up in clear plastic, and it basically shows the inside, the innards, as it were, of Mechagodzilla.
His rusty innards.
His rusty innards of Mechagodzilla 1974. So this is about a 12-inch scale figure. If they're around the same price as their other ones, it's going to be about $90. I would say about $90 shipped. Hang on one second while I grab something here, just as a point of reference. This is their Super 7 Robo Dragon Zord that they just put out in the same clear. It's definitely plastic. It's not vinyl. It's definitely hard plastic. For this one, the chest pops out and you can see the inside of the Dragon Zord. So there's Tommy up top in the cockpit, and then there's like the inside of the Dragon Zord and all that. So I just wanted to show this just to kind of give people a point of reference as to what exactly they're looking at with the Mechagodzilla. So it'll be the exact same thing as this. This is the Dragon Zord next to a large iPhone. So that's kind of that's kind of the size that you're looking at, about the size of a 32-ounce Yeti container. So, but a good size, about 12 inches, I would say 11 and a half, 12 inches, depending on what the sculpt and all that stuff is. So I would say that it's, I would say that it's probably going to be about $90, $95 after shipping. I would say because that's what I think I paid for the Dragon Zord and the Megazords that I have. So, it's I think Elijah, you were asking me about this in our group chat the other day. Are you going to be grabbing this?
Yeah. When does it come out?
No announced date yet.
Okay.
So I'm assuming probably in the next month or two, usually.
Depending on how bad G-Fest impacts me, I honestly love this thing. It looks awesome.
Mm-hmm. Even I'm a little tempted.
I have a sweet spot for retro style toys, so I love this. I'd buy it. I'd buy it absolutely. I'm a little behind on Super 7 stuff. I definitely want to grab more of what they've done, but
Super 7 definitely specializes in that retro style of toy.
Yes.
that evokes that nostalgia that we all have for these properties. They don't just do Godzilla, they do Ninja Turtles, Street Fighter, Planet of the Apes.
They did Alien back in the day.
Alien, Harlem Globetrotters. Like, they have their hands in a lot of different properties, and their Godzilla stuff especially has been really good so far. Really, really good so far. Anyone else? Danny, Nathan? I know, Nathan, you said you're tempted. Danny, yes, no, maybe so?
Yes, no, maybe so. It's up in the air right now. It's mostly going to depend on finances, but frankly, I love the retro style of this thing. I love the I love the kind of clear parts of it. I don't know. This is a figure I really, really dig. And if I miss out on it, I'll be a little bummed, but it won't be the end of the world. Nothing against the figure, but
it is unique.
It's very unique. I love it.
Here's the thing that I like the most about it, and it's not even have to do with the figure. The figure's cool, but the packaging. Do you notice that that's Mechagodzilla from Godzilla versus the Cosmic Monster VHS?
It's hard to see. You have to make the image bigger. I can't see it very well.
Well, Danny, you're my VHS guy. Is that not Mechagodzilla from Godzilla versus the Cosmic Monster?
I mean, it is. I just can't see it very well.
Or is it Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla the poster?
It is.
Which one?
That is the original poster art.
Original poster.
That is the Japanese poster art.
Right. Okay.
Yes. I don't think
Right.
I don't think it was used on any. I don't think it was used on any VHS tapes, but it almost was used. No, it actually was. It was used.
It was to say it was.
Godzilla stuff. Yeah, it was from stickers in the 80s.
Mhm. Yeah.
So Mecha Godzilla stickers. True story.
Okay, moving on, really quickly here. So, Spiral Toy will be they just released their latest Godzilla in the Artisan Dynasty Sofubi line for Spiral Toy. Their next release, however, will be, I would say probably next month, will be this green glitter with orange dorsal plates. Reminds me a lot of Godzilla 2000. But this is the Godzilla this is Godzilla 2019 from King of the Monsters. This is their Sofubi line. This one might actually be the one that I get. I was waiting on this one, or there's a blue version with orange dorsal plates that I really love as well that I've been waiting to see. But as of right now, this is a Spiral Toy. If anyone's not familiar, they're a company run or co-run by our good friends at Kaiju Live, AJ Russo and Ash from Spiral. So this is part of their Sofubi line. And so far, it's, from what I've understood, from what our friends at Kaiju Live have told us, it has been pretty successful. So this guy will cost the same as the others. This will be $225 at release. No specific release date has been given out for this one in particular. I'm assuming since the first run just is getting released soon to the people who bought it this month, and then I'm assuming next month will be the burning version, and so hopefully this one will come well after G-Fest to collectors' hands. And yeah, it's gonna be solid. Can't wait to get my hands on this. I do love glitter Sofubi and glitter soft.
You love glitter, huh?
Glitter, yes.
He just to throw it around and make a mess.
I do.
Like that GIF with the guy with the mustache just throwing.
Basically, yeah. That's what this is. He's like, who was the guy? The comedian who used to throw glitter around. Who was that?
Gold Dust.
What now? I you know what? I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that because I'd actually.
Anyway, moving on.
Moving on. So, okay. So I think this is the last thing on the list. I'm pretty sure. This is the Mezco Green Ranger figure that's getting released very, very soon. I think released, if I'm not mistaken, like this is Q4 of this year. It's coming out, maybe Q1 of next year. But this is part of their, I believe, 8-inch series of figures. It's articulated, comes with a crap ton of accessories, including an alternate head sculpt for Mr. Tommy Oliver. This looks like early Tommy Oliver when he just came onto the show because of the headband, because the character of Tommy early on wore that headband when he was hanging out with our characters. So this looks pretty good.
Day one purchase for you?
I may or may not have already pre-ordered this.
Of course.
Yes. Because
wait, he said may or may not. We don't know for sure. Don't make assumptions.
I may or may not have pre-ordered this. Price for this, if I would have pre-ordered this, I would have paid $95 for it because that is what the MSRP is on this guy. You can order it from Mezco Toy. I'm assuming it'll be up on Big Bad Toy Store very soon. Comes with a slew of accessories, including alternate hands, a power coin.
Does it come with your dragon dagger?
It comes with a dragon dagger, sir. It comes with a dragon dagger along with a power blaster and blaster effects. The mega heater from, I don't remember what episode.
Mega heater?
Yeah. The dragon dagger, the sword of power, and then the sword of darkness as its accessories. So there you go. Mezco is doing Power Rangers. I think we saw some Power Ranger stuff come out from them not too long ago when they did when they're releasing the whole team. So yeah, this is if I haven't already pre-ordered this is definitely a day one pre-order for me. So, and then the last thing, as Kim mentioned in the chat, pre-orders for the Titanic Creations Gorgo plushie are currently shipping. I did get my order in. I'll probably be in batch 2 or 3 when it finally comes to me. But our good friend Kaiju Kim did get hers in the mail the other day. And here's her photo that she took is on the left side. This is the production photo on the right. I think it looks pretty close to what we saw with the production photo. I think it looks great. Did anybody else? Danny, I know you did. Nathan or Elijah, did you buy the plushie?
No.
I was on the fence of even purchasing the articulated figure. I was actually in the last 10 orders it had open. So I was on the fence of even getting the one I would typically get. So I didn't purchase this one.
Well, if you're interested, there are some still available on their website at titaniccreations.com for $40. So I think mine was after shipping, it was $52 after shipping. And this is 14 inches tall. It's a pretty big plushie. It's pretty big for a plushie, I would say. Wouldn't you say, Danny? It's 14 inches.
It's pretty big. It's pretty big. Now, mine shipped. It should be here tomorrow. I don't have mine yet, but I'm very excited to get it.
And Danny's going to do an unboxing for us for Kaiju Ramen Media.
This is true. This was something that you and I talked about a lot previous to this exact moment that you and I had planned.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, sure. No, I would be honored to, and I will be happy to. So when it shows up, I'm gonna sit on it, and I'm gonna grab
actually, Kim. Okay, actually, guys, help me with this. Is this the boy or the girl?
This is the adult.
So this
Or
so
girl.
actually this would be a big girl.
Ogra,
right?
This is right.
This is
Ogra?
This is mom. Yeah, so this is Ogra.
Yeah, so it's a big girl.
Danny, did I say that right?
Ogra.
Ogra. Okay,
Maybe.
Look at that.
Ogra.
I know my British kaiju.
It's not okra. It's not okra. It's Ogra.
Ogra,
Yeah.
not Orga, Ogra.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I actually have an episode on Gorgo coming out on the
Shameless self-promotion.
Yeah, I know.
Shameless self-promotion. We love you, Nathan.
It's true.
I don't know. Oh, are you sure you kicked me once and wouldn't let me rant master?
Well,
that was more a matter of taste than anything else.
You all have bad taste. I get it.
Ooh.
So yes, if anyone's not familiar, Danny and I did an interview with Titanic Creations, Mac of Titanic Creations, not too long ago. It's on our YouTube channel. You can go check it out. It's a really interesting interview. Mac reveals a lot of fun stuff coming down the pipeline in terms of licensing that they have, like Gorgo, and then some licenses that they would potentially want to get that they don't actually have yet that I know of. But it was a good conversation. If you're interested in learning more about Titanic Creations and learning more about what they're doing to honor the character of Gorgo, go check that out on our YouTube channel. So
yes,
that is all I have for toys and collectibles news, gentlemen, and I use that term loosely. So I'm going to throw this over to our good friend, Mr. Marchand of
okay, that's me out then.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, now he's chuckles.
Now he's chuckling.
I literally only did that so I could turn my camera on, and I needed an excuse.
Right.
Oh my God, that was great, Danny.
Yeah,
dude, that was wow.
Did I do something? Did I do a good? Did I do a good thing?
That was great. That was a great transition. Let's have you do that again.
Yes,
I love
needed
that.
I needed to try to
Okay.
make it as natural as possible. But
That
yes,
was
I have
so
yes.
natural. That was perfect. Like,
Mhm,
oh my god, that was
Thank you.
awesome.
mhm.
He hasn't
So,
been this excited since he saw the Fablemans.
I think, and I think he's being sarcastic, but I can't
I'm
really
not.
tell.
I
No,
love that. That
No,
was
he was
awesome.
he's digging it. I can tell he's digging it. Thank you. I was just a silly little thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving me an excuse, Nate.
Danny's officially my favorite in this stream.
Hey,
Wow.
I have
Michael-
no complaints.
Michael,
Wow.
if you can do-
Michael,
if you can-
Michael,
can you
you and
top
I are
that?
taking up residence under the bus.
Michael, if you can top that joke somehow, then I will absolutely let you do it. But you have to.
I guarantee you, I can top that. I guarantee you. I can
We'll
top
see.
that.
We'll see. We'll see.
I don't believe
before,
you.
But before I top that, Nathan, I'm going to throw this to you, and you're going to talk about comics and video games.
Yeah, there's nothing to say. Godzilla Here There Be Dragons #1 was published by ADW this week. Did anybody get it?
ADW? That's right.
Excuse me. AEW. I've got pro wrestling on the brain. Apparently, the caffeine's
Nathan,
wearing off.
Nathan.
IDW.
Nathan, let's cut that and let's try that again. Okay.
Yeah, let's do that again. Come on,
Okay.
let's reverse. All right,
I'll
And
transition you in with the.
And I
drum
need
roll.
you to do it. I need you to do it with a little bit more emotion this time.
Yes.
Take
You ready?
2. Marker and roll it,
And
Elijah.
go. Okay.
Action.
Godzilla Here There Be Dragons #1 was published by
Cut!
IDW.
Cut.
Come on.
Cut.
Feel the emotion.
We don't have
Issue 1 is here. Look
Issue
at that.
One.
I was
This is-
doing my
one,
Cronkite impersonation. This is
is
news,
emotion.
not the theater.
No, this
we
is the
need more.
theater.
We
My-
need more
they-
theater than news.
You
Nathan,
want more theater?
Nathan,
Then you
Nathan,
get more
Nathan.
theater.
All right, listen,
Everyone's
listen,
leaving the
listen,
stream.
listen,
Everyone's
listen.
leaving.
I need more disaster artists and less Walter Conklin.
Nathan, you should know this more than anybody else. We are all actors in this stage we call the world.
That's what Shakespeare tells me.
All right, let's do this. We're gonna get this right this time. We're gonna
Okay.
get this right
For
this
real.
time.
All right.
Okay.
Feel
Danny,
it.
do the countdown. I'll do the drum roll, and then we'll go in for Nathan.
All right, drum roll. 2. Okay, ready, go.
5, 4, 3, 2, and action.
Go.
Godzilla Here There Be Dragons #1 was published by ADW.
Cut,
Did anyone of
cut,
you get
cut.
it?
Cut.
I did not hit
No.
Hi,
They don't-
Mom.
No.
You
Cut.
said disaster artist. That's disaster artist.
We were talking about we were talking about Sestero, not Wiseau.
Yeah.
Come on.
we need
Okay, you know what? The
Cicero,
people
not-
at home got the point. We
Okay.
can move on.
Okay.
Take some acting lessons, Nate.
Come on.
And you call yourself a thespian.
How dare you ascend to that level
How
of
dare you?
blatant?
How dare you?
Yes.
Thespian. All right,
I think-
so
Anyway.
I did not. I was gonna go to my Inner Geek and pick it up in person because they do have copies. I have not picked it up yet, but I plan on it.
Me as well.
Honestly,
simple.
with that low energy like news drop, I don't even know if I want it now. Like Nathan, come on. You
Hashtag into the void.
Wow. Whoa. Jeez. Andy,
I
back.
make the decisions.
who gave him controls to the
Technically,
I
we
don't-
all do.
We all do technically. Yes.
We do?
Oh no, he's about to abuse his power.
You got any other video game comic things to talk about?
No, that's there is nothing else.
Okay,
There is-
cool.
That was our attempt to carry on this conversation about Godzilla. Let there be dragons.
Here there be
Let there
dragons.
be
Here
dragons.
there be
Here-
dragons.
No, it's Godzilla. Here there be dragons.
That's it. That's it.
Kazar.
Here there be dragons.
It's got
Here
great.
there be
It's got a
dragons.
great premise. It's got awesome art. Buy it. Check it out. Let's get more IDW or EDW, whichever one you want to call
We
it.
don't discriminate on vowels
Content.
here. Come on.
No, we don't.
Here, there be dragon.
No, although I will say this, I was in Michigan this past weekend. I went to a massive just comic and nerd shop, and I asked them if they had it to buy it, but they don't carry anything other than DC and Marvel, so they didn't have it. But the shop owner, funny enough, said, "I'm a Godzilla fan. How do I not have this?" And then he told me he's taking all of his Japanese stuff to G-Fest to vend.
Burn it down.
I made a connection that way.
Down.
I will never shop at this store.
No.
Clearly, this guy is not to be trusted.
Clearly.
Yeah, but he had gobs and gobs of toys.
Clearly, this person is a terrorist because he doesn't carry Godzilla in his.
It's like, I don't want to assume the worst, but do you think this person might be a terrorist? Like, do you think this person might? Like, I don't want to assume anything bad about this guy, but do you think he's killed someone in the past? Like, do you think he's taken a human life? Like, oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Maybe we do need Kim here.
Yeah, we at this point, she doesn't need to be Kaiju Queen. She needs to be Kaiju Mom and just come around and just slap us all around for being stupid.
That's assuming she wasn't already the mom.
I mean,
she is the mom.
Yeah.
Slapping people did increase.
She doesn't need kids. She has us.
I can hear Kim right now. Now, boys.
Now, boys.
Shut the up.
Oh, how dare you! How dare you besmirch the good name of the queen!
I tell you what, the delayed reaction Dragon Dagger never fails to make me smile. It's just 10 seconds after the bad word.
Well, Danny, if you've listened to the latest episode of the Power Trip, there was a
your editing skills suck. Yes,
you missed one.
I missed one.
Right.
Thankfully, it was the only one, but he missed it.
You know, speaking of Danny, Danny, you didn't get to bring up anything about the movies and television section. Was there one you wanted to bring up just to highlight?
I'm pretty
really quick because we do have mailbag.
No, I mean, just you guys already went through it. I have to voice my excitement. I'm sure I missed out on you talking about Crocodile. When is yours arriving, sir?
Tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow.
I think mine will either be here tomorrow or Tuesday.
Now, did you get the limited edition
slip cover? Yeah. I got the slipcase version. I wasn't gonna miss that. I've been waiting for that forever. Yeah.
Now that was 2019, right? Like I told that right. They announced in 2019, right?
I think
you said 2018.
Did I say 2018?
You did.
I think it was 19. I don't remember. Time is.
It was a long time ago in a galaxy far away.
What I was trying to say
Elijah was single digits old. That's all I know.
I was going to say is Elijah. Let me know if it's worth covering on the podcast.
Well, it did have a Japanese crew work on the effects, so
okay.
Yes.
So it's tokusatsu, so you need to cover it because only fake fans wouldn't cover Crocodile Fangs from
Wow.
Crocodile Fangs.
Wow. Note to self. Note to self. Don't have Elijah on for Crocodile Fangs.
I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I'll do it. I'll totally do it.
Let's do it.
I can have one of you. Both of you is a disaster waiting to happen.
Why not 3? 3 is good.
3 is good. 3 guests.
How dare he? How dare he How dare he say that you and I are just...
Oh my God.
How dare he say that?
I like being in the middle because I have a little crown. And
anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Are we still grounded? I feel like we're...
I don't know. Probably.
Who's doing... Is that you? What?
What is going on?
All right. We're done.
That's enough of that.
Okay, we're done shuffling chairs.
Nathan, stop touching your buttons.
Musical chairs here.
We're all pushing each other's buttons at this point.
Nathan, no more pushing your buttons.
Hey guys.
Anyway,
guys.
So hang on. Nathan, do you have any thoughts on Crocodile Fangs?
Not really, because I.
Okay. Anyway.
Oh. Wow. We're never going to get to that mailbag. It's just going to be dangled in front of us like a carrot in front of a donkey. I keep getting sucked in and out of the void. What's happening? Oh.
Is this where we cue the next sound bit?
You need to.
This
stream needs to be ended while we're all still friends.
If you're listening to the audio version, you're not catching the comedy gold here.
This makes for great radio, you guys. It really does.
It does make for great radio. Anyway,
I think Kim has a point.
Kim.
I think we need to remove Nathan's buttons.
I think we need to remove all y'all's buttons.
I haven't touched a single button.
And then, okay, fine. We'll just remove Michael's.
What's in the mail today?
What's in the mail today?
No. Hang on. You got to do it the right way. You got to do it the right way, guys. Hang on. You got to
button. Press the button.
Danny, what time is it?
She's going to take away our toys.
What time is it?
It's time for the mailbag.
What's in the mail today?
Okay, so we actually do have mailbag.
Are you sure?
Yes, we do have mailbag, and it's
Are you gonna make it?
Yes, I wish that our friend Travis could have been on the stream with us, but he was busy tonight because I really wanted to know his opinion on this particular question. So this came from subscriber and listener of the podcast, Spiderus on Twitter, and the question is, they say, "Hi everyone, since I've missed your live streams, but I wanted to ask a question. If Legendary made an Ultraman movie in the MonsterVerse, what would the plot of the movie be like?" So I want to actually start with Danny since he's the latest one here. So Danny, if MonsterVerse Ultraman it was to ever happen, what would be the plot?
Oh man, that's an interesting one because there's such a obviously Ultraman is very sci-fi heavy, but there's a level of fantasy to it. You can just keep poking at me. I notice. I know what's happening.
I'll talk to Jimmy.
Could you get this itch on my ear, please? Oh yeah, that's the spot right there. Thank you. Right on the top of the head. Thank you. You got my back. So how do you balance the fit? You're not allowed to. Elijah's fine. Elijah can give me scratchies. You're not allowed, Nate. Help. So thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Stop. Ultraman. There's a degree of how do you balance the fantasy and the sci-fi aspects in the MonsterVerse? How do you make that work? How do you do it in a way that still honors the character? Because it would be easy enough to have a human character, do something in the MonsterVerse where a human character is grows into a giant hero and gets smaller. Yeah. But how do you do that without losing the integrity of Ultraman and what Ultraman is? I don't know. I feel like honestly, the best way to do it would be to get somebody who knows and loves Ultraman in the same way. Never mind. Just get somebody who knows and loves Ultraman and can just go for it. Somebody who will look at the lore and say, okay, we're just going to have an alien show up with this device and it's going to make a person turn into a hero and we're going to roll with it. Don't turn it into a joke. Don't wink at the camera and say, look how weird this is. Don't make any weird Ghidorah gonorrhea jokes. Just treat it.
Still funnier than most of the humor in Skull Island.
I haven't seen it yet. Nope, I haven't seen it yet because I lost my free Netflix access. Thank you, Netflix, for terminating password sharing. Whatever. Great. Now everyone knows I'm a cheapskate. Awesome. So, no, okay. I had a friend who was letting me use their Netflix. Whatever. I bought this person free coffee every month in exchange for half a Netflix account. But yeah, I think the best way to do it might be you'd have to tweak some things for Hollywood sensibilities, but I think you do it relatively straight and you do it relatively
just like you see in the Japanese movies. Just kind of do what the MonsterVerse did with Mothra, where they were able to kind of transpose the fantasy elements over, and they just they didn't bat an eye. They changed some things, but Mothra still felt like, looked different, but the essence of Mothra was somehow still there. If you can do that with Ultraman, then I think it'd work fine.
Nathan, I see that.
He can calm his breast disease for just a second while I finish my thought.
They're called chesticles, sir.
Wow. No, I think mine was more tasteful. But no, mine was definitely more tasteful. I'm hearing you say that.
I don't know about that.
No, they were both bad. I don't like, in terms of, I don't know. I don't know how specific I want to get on this. I think just what I said works. If you can honor the Japanese version and make sure the intent is there, and just do the person getting, saved, do the Shin Hayata thing where somebody gets saved and then they have to combine souls. If you can do that and just roll with it, you don't have to go gritty and grounded and realistic. You can just go with it. I think that's the way to do it.
Nate,
my thought was actually something to kind of build off of what you were talking about, Danny. And I don't even think you need to make it an alien, because we've got ancient civilizations already established in the MonsterVerse.
That's a good idea.
Let's go the Tiga route. Let's make Ultraman not an alien. Let's make him this ancient giant who bonds with a human. And then you can go back to you can do the more traditional Superman story. I mean, not Superman, Ultraman story from 1966. Just use a more Tiga style origin, but connected to the ancient civilizations that have already been established in the MonsterVerse.
Like
I haven't actually watched Tiga in a while, so
Monarch, a scientist, finds temple, finds mysterious device, gets psychically, physically, emotionally,
and you say something like about maybe there were these ancient giants of unknown origin. We don't know where they're from, and they were protecting this city from ancient titans.
That's interesting. We don't know how big the Hollow Earth area is. There could be entire quote unquote cultures in there that are different. It doesn't have to be homogenous. It doesn't have to be the Hollow Earth people. The Hollow Earth
not even just
a bunch of different groups.
Not even necessarily the Hollow Earth. I mean, we had that Seatopia or Atlantis or whatever in King of the Monsters.
A lost sunken
civilization. And there were statues in there. There were they had a temple. I mean, you could be something kind of like that. Maybe it's another piece of that civilization, but it didn't sink.
Maybe they were a key aspect of communication between humans and titans. Maybe these giants
were intermediaries.
They're intermediaries, yeah. So they could get big, they could fight some of the monsters off and communicate with other ones, and so they could basically be like living in two different worlds, on the titan level and at the human level. And the ancient people might not have known they were extraterrestrial. They might have just
I would say just leave it mysterious. Don't even establish it. Blur it. Let it be as like, were they actually gods? Were they, like subtly hyper evolved humans, or were they extraterrestrial? Just leave it mysterious.
Yeah.
Just,
were they
because even in Tiga's origin is a little bit. Even after you watch all of the Tiga material, it's still a little bit mysterious. But they never really say if Tiga or any of the giants of light or giants of darkness in Tiga are extraterrestrial or not. They're not from M78. They're not from Planet Ultra. They are their own thing.
Right. Right. Elijah, you're the biggest MonsterVerse fan here. Go ahead. What would your plot be?
The steam coming out of his ears right now. Whew.
So.
No.
Oh dear.
As somebody who has.
No.
Hashtag into the void.
The void. I'm in another dimension. Help.
Do it right.
As somebody who has watched and invested hours upon hours understanding the MonsterVerse, I believe that I and I alone have the perfect idea.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Who needs a plot? Who needs any actual sense? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter.
Scratch it off your bingo card.
somebody who has the power and the knowledge and the expertise of that of Adam the Wingard could easily do a Ultraman story and it make no sense and not matter at all. But in all seriousness,
Oh god, football practice. Oh, I'm sorry.
I was thinking, what if they go the Prometheus route and they have the Ultras be the Prometheus character who came to Earth thousands and millions of years ago to help bring
You mean the
intelligent-
engineers?
Well, the engineers were Prometheus. We're supposed to be Prometheus giving fire to the,
Oh, okay.
whatnot. So that idea, but it's Ultras. And what happens is the Ultras gave the power, and Ultra gave power to the Ultra would be is it Ultraman? What's the Ultraman from the 66
Noah?
show? Noah. Ultraman Noah gave humans the power of fire, which is actually the beta capsule to transform into Ultraman to fight the kaiju.
So you could combine that with my suggestion.
Except it's actually aliens and not just
Yeah, but yeah,
stuff.
that's how you combine the two. Like
No, I actually
he-
came up with this before you even spoke.
well, no, I'm just saying you could combine it where he comes and he gives the power to the humans, but then he leaves, and then the humans. So all of the actual Ultras who are on Earth are actually human. They are not aliens, but they were given power by an extraterrestrial.
Aliens.
Aliens!
Aliens. I'm not saying it's aliens. But it's
What?
aliens. It could be aliens.
All right, how
Some
about you,
kind of
Michael?
extraterrestrial
Um.
from outer
Okay.
space.
Okay. So
Out in the
picture this. So picture this. Picture this. An eccentric billionaire gets captured by terrorists out in the middle of the desert.
Go on.
And he crafts this makeshift suit.
Been done.
Oh my god. I will be in charge of the next string.
Shut up.
I will be in charge of
Hold
the
on, hold on.
And-
I think he's getting somewhere with this.
and he creates this makeshift suit out of we'll say iron or other
Ooh.
metal, right?
Titanium.
So, titanium,
Space.
right? Titanium.
Titanium.
You mean it's from
Space
outer space?
titanium. Yes, it's from outer space. Space titanium. So he creates this thing from space. He creates this. He finds this pile of space titanium out in the middle of the Arabian desert because he's being held captive by these terrorists.
Oh, I thought it was Vietnam.
He's being held
We have
captive
to
by
update
these.
it for modern audiences, Nate.
Yes, Nathan, we have to update it. So we spend the whole movie watching him build this suit, right? Build
This
armor.
suit of iron
This
around
suit
the world.
of this suit of space titanium, right?
Made by a man who makes an iron, space iron, titanium. Okay, I'm
Yes.
okay.
This
Okay.
has never been done before. This is epic.
Keep going,
stuff.
keep going. Oh my
This
god.
is epic stuff. Okay. So at the end of the movie, he figures out a way to craft a power source so that he can make more of them, like an army of them, right? So and he could, I don't know, he could have like different versions. I don't know what you call it, marks. Like what is it, mark?
That
Is
works.
that
That works.
marks. He could call them marks.
Hi,
right?
Mark.
The different versions they could call them marks. So there could be like a Mark 1, and there could be like a Mark 2,
Uh-huh.
and then there could be like a Mark 3, and then in the like they could do like 3 movies about this ultra space titanium guy, and
That's his name,
And
right?
And then we do crossovers with all of his friends.
yeah, we can
Maybe
have
even
Zaki.
have
Are
a not so civil battle,
Michael.
or something.
are you taking inspiration from the 2019 Ultraman anime?
Yes, it's exactly what I'm.
That's
taking
why it
inspiration.
sounded familiar.
There you
Okay.
go.
And
Oh
here I
my
was,
god, that's genius, Michael.
Wow.
Why don't they
Just-
hire you?
with apologies to Stan Lee and Co. It's
Well, he's
genius.
kind of dead, so you don't need to worry too much.
Nathan,
However, I do think
Wow.
Stan will haunt Michael.
Get
as
him
an
out of here!
obnoxious
Get him out of
poltergeist.
here! Nobody
Wow.
says that about Stanley.
Huge slam on
Peace.
Stan Lee out of nowhere. Jeez, making fun of a dead man. Yes, see, Kim is on your side, Michael. She believes in this completely original idea.
Yes.
Is.
But
I
the
think
problem- this stream is
think-
gonna get blocked by Disney. Just wait.
I think Nathan's just upset because you have a better writing idea than he did.
It's true.
Jealousy. Jealousy.
It is
Nathan
jealousy.
writes
It is-
better.
I also think all you all bought a river in Egypt.
It's more of a rental situation.
Probably.
I
It's more of
lease
a-
it to-
Probably. I don't
I-
think. I don't think Danny has it though.
I share it. I get it for a weekend in summer.
In all seriousness, they could do a story about a young boy who finds a metal giant, and he could be called the Ultra Metal Giant.
Here I thought you were going to talk about the one about the kid who got bit by a radioactive ultra.
No, that's in the sequel. You got to think about.
Got it.
The sequel.
The Amazing
Franchise
Ultraman?
potential.
The
Franchise
Amazing
potential.
Ultraman?
The amazing.
The
So
amazing
you
Amazing
have
Ultra-
the Ultra Giant, the Amazing Ultraman,
Mhm.
and then
Mhm.
just Ultraman.
Mhm.
Or
He does whatever an ultra can.
Or hang on. Or you could do a movie about a young ultra child who wishes that he was a big ultra man, and he goes on to run this corporation full of other ultras, and all he wants to do all day is play with his toys, and he dances on top of a giant piano, and he goes and does shenanigans throughout New York City. It writes itself, guys. It
Hey,
writes
can somebody tell me what he's referencing here? Because I don't think I've seen this. Just
we'll
whisper
tell
it to me.
We'll
Whisper
tell
it
you
to
when
me
you're.
real
We'll
quick.
tell you
Danny.
when you're older, Elijah.
We'll tell you when
Danny,
we'll tell you when you're bigger.
Yeah, clearly he's referring to.
He'll need a beta capsule for that.
I mean, it could be honestly. It could either be the. I can't. I'm stumped. I don't know.
I've got one. Okay,
My-
I've got one more.
Oh, really? Another one of your totally original.
Wait,
ideas.
hang
Is
on.
it a movie about a boy whose Ultraman toy comes to life when he's not looking? Because that's been made.
that has been made?
But he was
No,
looking.
What I'm talking about is a story about a young man, a young Ultraman who lives in the deep south who can't run because his legs don't work. And then miraculously he finds a beta capsule that
No, please keep going.
that allows
Hashtag rage quit.
How many Tom Hanks movies can we reference? You know what? Actually,
What about the one where the Ultraman starts emailing the Ultra Lady, but they secretly hate each other in real life?
how about the one where he ends up on a stranded island and draws a smiley face on his beta capsule while he's hunting for fish? Okay.
Well, or the one where he's trying to crack a code from a Renaissance painter.
Yes.
or the one where he's in. No, I can't say that one because I don't want to sound insensitive.
Probably for the best.
I don't want to sound.
Or the historical epic about a massive war and saving some private.
Whoa, Nathan.
That sounds
calm
a little.
down. This is
That sounds a
this
little
is
bit
family
close.
stream.
That sounds a
This is
little
a family
close to the hit film Dunkirk. So we don't want to.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't want to be
yeah.
plagiarists.
What
okay?
wasn't
I
that
think
by
that was
wasn't
taking
that,
place during the same war? I think. Yeah.
wasn't Dunkirk made by the same guy who's making the prequel to Godzilla 54?
Yes.
Yes.
What's that one called? The Ultramade or something like that.
You know what? That right there, if you can hear it, that's the sound of the bit dying.
Yeah.
That is the death throes.
Yes.
Those are the death throes,
Nathan, I feel like we should give Nathan one more shot to redeem this.
Why?
No, the bit is over.
The bid is done. The
You
bid
mean
is over.
Nathan's actually not
But
going to keep
listen,
killing a
we're at
bid?
No.
we're at a point now where if Nate plays his cards right, it could go from it was funny to please stop, it's not funny anymore. It could loop back on itself and become funny again. You have one shot.
It stopped being funny at Forrest Gump, but go ahead.
You have one shot left, Marchand.
Do not miss your chance to blow. This
It's a bit
opportunity
small.
comes
I
once in a
actually,
lifetime.
oh God, I agree.
Yeah, we're done. We're done.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine.
All
No
right.
one's gonna
All
be
right.
upset.
Okay, fine.
Moving
So
That was a 40-minute mailbag thing.
that was a long mailbag. So guys, we're gonna have to wrap this thing up. Unfortunately, as much as I love, and I use that word loosely, love hanging out with you guys. It has been almost 3 hours. It has been.
What
almost
happened to
3
90
hours.
minutes, man? I'm just saying.
I know we
Well,
sort of
about 90 minutes ago.
well, to
this
be
is-
fair, we wasted like 30 minutes at the top of the show waiting on somebody to get here.
Yeah, we wasted it.
Well, it wasn't. We talked about Elijah's short film at G Fest at the top of the show, so that was about 30 minutes. So anyway, Danny, you're the last one to join us. Give your shameless self promotion.
Shameless self promotion. Hello, kaiju lovers. So here's why I'm here. Here's who I am.
Who
It
are
all
you?
42.
It all started
One dark and stormy night?
One Stark and Stormy Night. No, as brief as I can make it. If you guys have come back here, you'll know that I'm the creator and author of the Godzilla novelization project. And if the idea of reading the Godzilla movies as prose novels sounds like your jam, head to GodzillaNovelizationProject.com and check out the books there. They're published one chapter at a time, serialized. That's where you'll find the short stories and the blogs and the timelines and all that jazz. You can also find a contact forum where you can email me. My social media is there. You can find links to all the other crazy podcasts I've been on, the voice acting I've done, the Kaiju Ramen articles that I've written. It's all there if you want to explore it. If the idea of reading my weird kaiju ramblings or hearing me talk about monsters sounds like something you're interested in, then that is where you will find it. Yeah, I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I have a Patreon if you really like what you read. But yeah, that's about it in a nutshell.
Elijah.
Hi, my name's Elijah.
I am Elijah.
Oh,
I'm not really sure why I'm here. It's really
Oh,
weird.
no.
You did this the first time. You guys think I sound like Donald Trump who's half tired.
We don't think it. The context clues would seem to indicate that is exactly what we're hearing. For better or for worse.
I don't know. how to
Shameless
feel
self
about
promotion.
that.
Go.
Shameless stuff for promotion.
Promotion. Do it.
Hi,
Do the
my
thing.
name's Elijah. I'm here.
You sure are.
You sure are.
I'm
I
straight.
hope-
Good job, kid.
Nailed it.
As the show went on, the talent declined.
If you want to, as at the top of the show, we brought up how I've got an upcoming short film, SOS Seek Shelter, coming out. It's premiering at G Fest. If you want to come see it, it's going to be at the Amateur Video Contest Saturday night. I don't know what time. I'll have to look at the schedule, but I know it's Saturday night. If you aren't going to G Fest, you can check it out on the YouTube channel ET13 Productions, probably the first week of August when I release it to YouTube.
I'm here. I'm inhaling oxygen and exhaling carbon dioxide. I blink.
It's very existential. I feel like it's full of meaning. In fact, you might even say it's a metaphor.
I feel like that should have been my senior quote.
I'm
Continue.
here.
Come on, Elijah. Continue.
If you want to stay up to date with the projects I'm working on and whatnot, you can follow me on Twitter at ET13 Productions. Or if you want to check out my my figure photography, you can check it out on Instagram at ET13 Productions. I also host the podcast Kaiju Conversation, a currently weekly podcast covering the wide world of tokusatsu, movies, and television.
Copyright
I feel
infringement.
like I feel like I just copied two people's podcasts, but it's fine. It's fine because I'm doing better than both of those because I'm still producing content quite regularly, unlike one of them that is like a year behind on producing content, and one that is reinvented as
Wow, way to really rip into people. Way to bite the hand that feeds you. Why is he muted?
Did you do that to your?
No,
Who did that? Oh,
Somebody did that to him. Quit it, Nathan. Quit muting him.
let him
Stop
talk.
touching my buttons.
We're gonna be
Stop it.
here until the end times. Just let him go.
Let him finish.
When they ask me where Nathan touched my buttons, I'm gonna point right here. I'm gonna point right here. Because this is what he touched.
No,
No, God.
don't let your kids watch it.
Why?
Because my mic is right here. This is where he touched on my mic.
Nate, just cut him off. Nate, do your promotions. It's time. It's time to be
Wow,
done.
I was actually going to be a little nice to the child.
Wow.
I really was.
Oh,
I really was.
All right. Nathan, do your shameless self promotions.
Well, first, first, a little bit of news I want to put out there. First off, happy early birthday to the late great Ray Harryhausen. His birthday will be
Yes.
on Thursday.
That's the only birthday that matters, right?
Well, no, I was again. I was going to be nice and say happy early birthday to the littlest gatekeeper.
Okay. Happy birthday.
But then he decided to, inflate that head of his to the size of his house.
Well, I also wanted to bring up real quick because I feel like it's not fair enough to me to not acknowledge some Kaiju Ramen Media news too.
Mhm.
That the editor and staff writer for Kaiju Ramen Media, Mr. Nathan Marchand of the Monster Island Film Vault, is also having a birthday.
Of the Monster Island Film Vault.
And the Henshin Men podcast and a power trip of Journey into Power Rangers, the host of many podcasts, is having a birthday as well.
And
Happy
13
birthday.
personalities.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks.
So both of you have a birthday coming up. That's great. That's beautiful.
Who cares?
We'll give you a gift.
Well,
no.
Ray's is the only one that matters anyway.
No,
Everybody
no,
watch a Ray Harryhausen movie on
I will be Nathan. I will be bringing you a gift for your birthday, Elijah. I owe you a gift for your birthday.
Is that just because Nathan's here and you're buying him a gift, so you feel like you should say that?
No,
Did you forget?
I
bet you forgot.
No. I already got yours picked out, Elijah.
Oh
Hush.
no.
So anyway, to wrap things up, Nathan, please give your shameless self promotion so we can get out of here.
Hi guys, I'm Nathan.
Do it.
I think somebody should touch his buttons and mute.
No.
All right.
There you go.
Hey, Michael,
a button
Michael,
has been touched. Anyway,
like
my
Michael-
podcasts have already been mentioned. My position with the magazine's already been mentioned.
Well played. Okay.
The crowd has spoken. The crowd has spoken. No.
Wow. Someone wants to.
How long
compete
have you
with
been
me
sitting
with
on
the
that?
buttons? Anyway,
Oh,
everything else that's important has already been mentioned. The only things I'll add to that are
Get out of here.
As I'm on a couple of audio dramas for Scyther Inc. Productions, and check out my author website, nathanjsmarchand.com. That's basically it, other than
Rentmaster activated.
Anyway.
Let's go. Oh, anime sucks.
Oh, we got the tail end of the Rentmaster. Okay. Listen, to all the Kaiju Ramen readers, to the Kaiju Weekly listeners, and
We love you
viewers,
guys. We love you.
No,
That's
no,
why
no,
we
no.
do this.
No, we love
Thank you.
but we're also sorry. I'm apologizing. on behalf
Thank
of-
you. Thank you for all 14 people who have stuck with us this whole time. Thank you.
You guys are all getting trophies in the mail.
And
from
thank you
us.
to everybody who has endured the audio version of this.
Oh my
for the 3 hours it's been.
If you
This,
look
is-
on,
this whole extreme has been a cluster.
Michael, why don't you wrap us up here with your shameless self-promotion
Yeah,
and
I
where
don't-
people can support the media and the company?
Well, you can support the media. Okay.
No, that's not
Okay.
right. You got to do it this way. You have to be the best
All
and the
right,
greatest.
all right. I'll do it straight. Hang on. You got to do look for anything Kaiju Roman related. It's KaijuRamenMedia.com.
Yeah.
Issue 9 of Kaiju Roman is already out. You can buy it. We've got 5 issues left. Issue 10 is coming up. So KaijuRamenMedia.com. All the things. Listen to the Power Trip listen to the Power Trip podcast. The most popular podcast on the roster, might I
Yes,
add.
quite.
Yes, quite.
Yes, quite.
Listen to the Power Trip podcast if you like.
Ego Ranger.
Listen to the Power Trip podcast if you like Power Rangers and Super Sentai, and you like to hear me rag on Nathan for 4 hours. That's always a fun time. Danny, you're faithful.
Or
and
just
then I
listen to
rag
this
right
stream.
back.
Or just listen to this stream. Like that.
So-
that works too.
Yeah,
So we're just
if you
gonna-
want a 3-hour pissing contest, listen to this.
We're going to end it here. Thank you guys for so much for joining us. It's been fun. And don't forget to have your
Nathan Marchand's buttons spayed or neutered.
Don't forget to have your Forrest Gump's spayed or neutered.
Oh, help.
You're terrible.
I'm done.